Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Yes, sir.
Speaking his mind
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
while being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, beautiful people. It is Tuesday, April 19th, 2022, and this sports show shall begin right now. Can't thank you enough for joining us here at youtube.com/The Pat McAfee Show. I'd like to take this time to make a formal announcement after I made a formal announcement on Twitter last night. I'm officially up to something.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm up to something. Listen, we're up to something. I'm up to something. And anytime I'm up to something, that normally means we're pretty deep in the middle of conversations about something happening that'll change this show forever.
Hell yeah.
This one's pretty exciting.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. This one's a pretty big deal. This one's pretty awesome. The last time we did this, obviously the FanDuel deal. Before that, it was the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there is a lot of things that could potentially be happening. There's a lot of guesses last night on Twitter. I'm excited for that. I'm eager to hear what the people think. And I'm not sure when this announcement will come. You know, and I think for the last I'm up to something with FanDuel, you know, that thing was like a 3-month stretch.
Yeah, it was.
Because there was a lot that went into that. There was a lot that was happening. There was a lot of conversations. There was a lot of negotiations that were taking place. When I thought we were done, we were nowhere near done. So that was a little bit of, you know, amateur hour from me as the person that handles the business directly. This time, though, going to be much quicker than that, but we don't know when it's going to happen. But I'm pretty proud of this one. Hey, we are up to something. I'm excited and thankful that you're here today. We got great guests coming. Host of The Pivot, Channing Crowder will join us, 6-year NFL vet. He's hysterical. He's hilarious. Can't wait to chat with him about his life, the show, The Pivot, and everything he's got cooking. And also, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, will join us in an hour and 10 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, just days ahead of his ass beating a Dillian White this upcoming on Saturday on pay-per-view at Wembley Stadium in front of like 96,000 people.
Jesus.
Sold out. How you doing? Keep it moving. That place is going to be electrifying. Is it Tyson's last fight? Is he going to continue to fight? There's been mixed reports. All I know is 32 times that dude has stepped into the ring, and he ain't never lost. 31 wins with 1 draw, an absolute badass of a human, 6'9", deep thinker. Every time we talk to him, it's electrifying. We're very thankful that his team said, hey, we want you to talk with Tyson Fight Week. We're doing it before I think anybody else. Thursday's the big media day. We're thankful. We're excited. Can't wait to chat with old Tyson Fury. Now, let's talk a little bit of USFL football with a man who watched his team, the Pittsburgh Maulers, last night. One half of the Hammer Dahn Cowboys. Tone Diggs, that league's dead. I don't want to be that guy, okay? I like spring football. I love more football. I like the thought of guys getting an opportunity to put out good film and maybe make it into the NFL, because that is an issue. If you're not coming directly from college, there's really no feeder system. I guess there's always been the CFL, which is fantastic, but how many players actually go each year? I think it's in the single digits. Then you go back to the XFL, a couple guys made it. There's always a benefit to more football happening and more film being had for players to potentially make their dream come true of making it into the NFL. There was no fans in the stands last night down there in Birmingham. And I don't know if that's what it's going to be like for the rest of the season, because they're all playing in one city. And I could see how the first couple games probably awesome. And then people at Birmingham go like, oh, we've already done that song and dance.
Yeah, all good.
But hopefully they'll continue to show up. This game was delayed because of a weather delay. But it being dead silent, not even having fake fan noise like we had in the middle of the COVID thing, and being able to hear everything, and the continuing issues with the quarterback play and the quality of play is going to be a problem. Now, follow-up. We have learned, though, that quarterbacks might stink in the USFL because they're throwing like a weighted ball.
Yeah.
It's 5 ounces heavier, I guess, than a normal football. There's a chip inside of it as well, so the bladder is probably proportioned a little bit differently. It might be an awkward ball to throw. It is definitely an awkward ball to punt and kick from what my sources are telling me from within the USFL. So not only is the league set up in an interesting fashion. Not only are they only in Birmingham, not only do they have an incredible Hard Knock series that is following them around that is maybe better than the entire league itself.
Yeah.
I mean, the storyline behind the scenes about the chicken salad and the pizza thing,
Unbelievable.
maybe the best thing to ever come out.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that might be the best thing that comes out of the USFL. No offense to USFL. Love Todd Haley. Love how he's coaching down there. Jeff Fisher looked so cool when he was doing an interview. He had boots on and jeans. He looked fucking sweet. But the ball stinks, apparently.
Right.
The atmosphere is probably going to continue to stink as you go on week to week. I don't know if anybody from Pittsburgh is driving down to Birmingham to watch that team, but I don't know about this league, Dahn. I do not know about this league, and we all had high hopes for it. It doesn't feel like that's going to be the case at all, Dahn.
No, and I was watching last night, and Maulers had their turnover hammer, which was pretty cool.
That's sweet.
But I also didn't know that we were playing the greatest player in USFL history last night, in Jordan Te'amu.
Yeah.
So that was going to be tough to start with. But no, even with Te'amu, I think what was the final score? 17-3 or something around that. Like,
Real quick though, when I heard Jordan Te'amu was playing, and when I saw him and they said he went 5 for 5, walked right down the field, I'm like, we actually said yesterday the reason why the XFL was even surviving because Jordan Te'amu they put on primetime TV with PJ. They're going to have to do that a lot because it seems as if there might be the only team that can really play football well.
Yeah, and even with him, it was still tough to watch. And if, like we said yesterday, if the quarterbacks, I like your idea. I think like. If you're coaching or if you're playing high school football and you don't have a lot of these high school football teams, they don't have a quarterback that can throw. You put the athlete back there. You put the best athlete
on
back
the
there.
team.
Let him mix. That's what the USF I feel like needs to happen if they don't have Jordan Te'amu on their team.
Well, Jordan Te'amu too, also probably the best athlete on the team.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a win-win there. He can move, but the football is getting a little thin. And I thought USFL might carry us a few weeks. We'll get to the playoffs. We'll come back in the playoffs.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about it a lot just because I feel bad that it is a good opportunity for a lot of guys, but just they're going to have to figure some things out. They're going to have to figure some things. Maybe just all behind the scenes. So have the behind the scenes be in the prime time, and then have the games like be tough to find.
Reality TV show. That's perfect.
Yeah. USFL is a reality TV show,
just like they already did.
Oh my God! Because they show us they can show us highlights from practice.
Yes.
We get football in on it. Maybe that's what they are.
They should start doing that.
We're not an actual league.
No.
Listen, don't try to watch our games.
Games are secondary.
Games are actually just on in the middle of the day in Birmingham during the week because there's nothing going on. You're going to want to hear about the chicken salad. You're going to want to hear about the pizza.
That's right.
You're going to hear about the hotel amenities. That is what. Did we just cure the USFL? Start letting whoever was making those documentaries, the behind the scenes stuff, have them get the primetime game slots.
They did a good job.
Yeah.
8 p.m. on Fox.
Oh my God. We just fixed it. Man, good for us. Nice. Good for the USFL, too.
Did you hear the team that the Maulers were playing had the chicken salad check on defense last night?
Did they really?
Oh, yeah.
No. Love that. Who was the coach of the team? Do we know? It was probably some hilarious human being.
It was coach who was coaching the team opposite of the Maulers.
Okay, thanks, Tom.
That's good coach.
Thanks, Tom, for looking into that. Seems like you really paid attention. Toxic Table, at Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor. We don't need to spend more time on the USFL. We hope it succeeds.
Yeah, hope so.
Now, granted, The Rock's going to come in and probably...
Oh, yeah. Right on its throat. Yep.
Yeah. If you...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're done for.
For sure.
No, well, it's not good for the people that are working there, though.
No,
so we have to let
definitely
that
not.
T's and
We don't
P's.
like any of that. But quick follow-up, good news. So I think we were ahead of the game yesterday. I think we reported it whenever there was only 1,000 retweets on the tweet at the time. But mask mandates have been completely lifted from everything.
What?
Yeah, how about us?
gone.
We were early.
How about us? We were early on in the game.
Yeah.
A lot of people only heard us break the news. Now, follow-up. I got a lot of people telling me they're not watching our show anymore.
What?
I think today there's a chance we have 0 people watching because there's a lot of comments in my Instagram when I posted it, a lot of comments on Twitter that we are a bunch of fucking doofuses and we want people to die. So with that follow-up, does Uber want people to die?
What?
Does Lyft want people to
What?
die?
What?
Does American want people
What?
to die?
What?
Does Alaska Airlines want
What?
people to die?
What?
Does Delta want people to die?
What?
Does
Southwest.
Frontier want people to die?
What?
Does Southwest want
What?
people to die?
What?
How about
Spirit?
Ryanair? Does Spirit want
What?
people to die?
Legion.
Are
Why?
that is
I
every
think
single
they
thing?
might.
Every single thing those people post, those companies post, are people following up, telling them that they want people to die? How come that is the automatic go-to whenever we report like, "Hey, it has been voided that you don't have to wear a mask"? That, depending upon which stats you look at, will save your life or not.
Yeah.
Right.
How come we're getting held to a higher standard than all these other people? What is going on? Are we killing people directly because we talked about this yesterday?
I don't believe so. I am.
That's not what I was told. Better Garage 2715.
Yeah, he was very active.
Yeah, he
not
wa-
happy.
Not
obviously.
happy.
I am pretty surprised that people are still this dug in on this.
Me too. I did not know. This came out of nowhere. This is the first time we talked about COVID in a long time.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, this is the first time we've been in a COVID conversation. I had no clue that there's still people that were very pissed off at me for relaying a message from the AP through Breaking 911's Twitter account that the mask thing's can't happen anymore. It's been voided. There's people still pissed, like, 500 people a day are still dying. You want to be one of those 5? What if that was your family member? I'm like, well, fuck. How many people a day are dying from other stuff? Can we talk? Are we talking about every single number of people dying? Or are we going to start talking about more about people living?
Live like
And surviving.
Hell yeah.
And getting through stuff, because that's a much more positive outcome, I think, than the super negative one. Why are people coming after me like I'm a fucking terrible person still? I'm tired of being told that I'm killing people. It happened a lot with Aaron Rodgers. I don't know how many people we killed, but I was told it was a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, and I am very sorry about that. In this particular time, there are still people that are very pissed about the thought of not having to deal with COVID every single day of their lives. Why is that, Connor?
I have no idea. I mean, I really thought we were all
Are they
on the
better
same
people
side.
than us, or what?
Absolutely
They are,
not, because
undoubtedly.
not to go back to
they got
the
rid of it.
they are.
They got rid of it. They got rid of it.
Look, the beginning
They
of
got
the
rid of it.
pandemic, one of the prophets of the COVID vaccine was Merrill Hodge. And what did he say?
Hell yeah.
What is the denominator?
Christ.
Okay? When there's
just
500
how can I
people
die
dying,
here, too?
what's the denominator? All right?
I thought we would
That's
be
where you're gonna
celebrating.
go. Another year on this earth. It was your birthday yesterday.
Yeah.
Birthday.
Jeez, and now you're still bringing out the same old 26-year-old Connor's bits and gimmicks.
Oh, and those
Grow
never
up,
die.
dude.
Grow up, dude.
Neither will
Grow
Hodge,
up.
because Hodge gets it. Okay?
Oh my God,
And
we're tripling down.
500, sure, that's a lot, but when you put that number above 8 billion, that's not that big of a number. Okay?
All right.
I don't know how you guys were able to fall asleep last night. All the blood on my hands was just so messed up. I couldn't get comfortable in my bed.
Oh, this guy. Why don't you mute
terrible.
yourself then?
Well,
mate?
for the first time in a long time, I slept without a mask on in my own bed. So, I actually slept pretty well.
I assume somebody that commented to me about how terrible of a human I was, because, we could get back to hopefully people getting over the fear every single day of maybe going outside and dying, which is good for everybody. I think it just lifts up everybody's mood. And also, by the way, being able to see somebody smile is like a fucking huge deal. I mean, it is like seeing people's, I don't know. Like, I think it's a big step that everybody should be happy about, and that was not the case.
No.
That was not the case at all.
Not everybody, but I felt like there was a lot of people happy.
Oh, there was a lot of backing too. I don't want to focus
A lot of
on
cheering
this.
on airplanes.
There was a lot of singing on airplanes.
Yeah.
There was a trash bucket going down
Exactly.
airplane aisles while people were flying. Hey, you know how whenever you walked on here, we said that thing got to be above fucking nose, got to be below the fucking
chin.
jaw, okay? And make sure that thing's tight on you. Remember, we were checking yours, maybe even woke you up in the middle of your flight. Hey, you got to lift that thing above your big ass beak that you got there. Okay. Which happened to me, by the way. Now we'd like to let you know that everything we said no longer matters.
Right.
You take that thing off your face and you throw it away. Throw it away. Actually singing on the thing.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Feels like the world came together, but there's still going to be people that are pissed off. We don't let them know it's okay that you're mad. It's okay. You're feeling the way you're feeling.
It'll get better.
We just hope someday you join us back in life, knowing that you could die. And like you might not be healthy forever in every single thing. You might get allergies like I got this year and it became a nightmare. You might get a cold. I got a flu a couple times that had me, hey, listen to this. It's going to sound bad. It's going to be like I was on Poncha Karma. We're talking about out of the attic and the basement.
both ends.
Had to battle through it. Got through it the other side. And maybe, just maybe, you'll be happier knowing that some bad shit might happen to you, but you're going to survive and exist.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters.
That's life.
Well, and like
We're
you
back.
This ain't bubble.
We're
Boy.
back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back, baby.
Like you said, when that guy was walking down that aisle of the plane and singing that jingle and saying, throw your mask in the bag, throw your mask in the bag, I figured everyone would be like, oh, okay, if the airline, if the folks working on the airplanes are okay with it, then we should all be okay
Man,
with
but you got to remember the people on the airplanes aren't as smart as they are, because the people on Twitter, they watch somebody that's much smarter than all of us say their ideas. There's a lot of people not happy about the federal judge voiding this. And my big question is, we didn't know who the federal judge was.
No.
Learned a lot about the federal judge, by the way, after
Good
we made
lady.
our announcement.
Thank you, lady.
Well,
Yeah.
see.
There's a lot of
A lot of people not happy.
Thank you, Supreme Justice Catherine.
Okay, well, that's the thing. I don't think she is. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know what's going on. But I didn't know anything about her. I've learned a lot of things about her.
Number one judge in my power rankings.
Well, see, there's a lot of
Yeah,
people
a lot of
saying that.
Mizell.
A lot of people saying that. And then there's a lot of people saying the opposite.
A lot of people taking umbrage with that as well.
There's going to be people that are going to be upset that you said that, from what I'm learning.
You can take my power rankings how you want, but I am fair and honest. honest. Okay?
Yeah, okay. See, he's directly on how it affects his life directly, and that could change literally tomorrow with a new judge ruling that could potentially sway him into going that way, which is how a lot of people are. But there's a lot of people not. Could this have happened a long time ago?
I don't know.
I mean,
Like, how come this just
suppose.
popped up out of nowhere? And the federal judge said, yeah, actually, CDC, you're not allowed to actually mandate people to do stuff. I'm going to overrule that. I'm going to avoid it. Boom. How long ago could that have happened?
That's why this lady's like a pioneer. I think she's flying up the rankings.
yeah.
I don't know if she's the top. I mean, Dan Zeus Diggs, he's had power rankings for his judges for what?
Danzy's probably not happy. He's getting dragged
Yeah,
into this.
definitely not. Definitely not.
Dan Zeus is the power rankings god. I'm just saying.
Yeah, for the NFL. I don't think he
She's
wants
like
to
the
dive in.
Franz Ferdinand of
Boom.
judges.
Sure.
Or Magellan. I meant Magellan.
I do think he also has a decorated past that people aren't too happy about, but she is. If she's the one when we look back on this that said, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to come out today and say,
I'm going to swing the gavel.
I'm done with it. Yeah, and then all of a sudden everyone just follows suit. And
Everybody's like, yeah, hey, you know what? You're right. Hey,
I'm going to swing my gavel too.
we're done with it. We don't like it either. United, boom. Southwest, boom. Delta, boom. American, boom. Frontier, boom. Southwest, boom. Alaskan, boom. Ryanair, boom. All of them, bang, 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 bang. Russell Wilson, R3 team. She said it, not us.
Yeah.
And then the government was like, yeah, TSA, actually, we don't need to check it either. It's like, holy shit. How long ago could this have happened? And why are people so pissed off? Who knows? We'll never figure it out.
Oh,
Hope everybody survives.
Hope everybody
right,
says.
For the rest of their lives, hope nobody's ever sick again. Hope nobody gets the sniffles. Hope nobody gets cough. Not saying that's what that is. I'm just saying as a whole, I hope nobody ever gets sick again. I hope you live forever. Hope all your dreams come true. Hope you make $1 billion. And I hope you're a very nice person to everybody around you at all times.
Yes. But for us, it's
very
down
noble
on the
of you.
earth.
That's what I hope happens.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, that shit ain't going to happen. Okay? That shit ain't going to happen. Not all of it. Some of it's going to happen. Some of it isn't going to happen. And the things that don't happen, they're great. A little bit of adversity, you battle through, you get tougher on the other side, you learn from it, you move on. Just like the last 2 years have been. But let's fucking move on.
Yeah.
And let's remember the little things. Like when you're hopping on a plane and you're flying somewhere or you're traveling somewhere and you can see somebody's face. And whenever they say, get the fuck out of my face, you can see the whole thing as opposed to just the mask and it being muffled.
That's right.
You know, like this is a big deal. This is a big step. Let's take the little things and not make them such an afterthought these days. You know, that's what I think the big thing about COVID was. You started appreciating the little things and the finer things. That's why we need to appreciate the USFL because there was one time where there was zero sports on anywhere.
You're right.
And we'd be begging for this USFL reality show thing.
You're right. Well, like you said, too, we need to continue the reality show aspect and maybe make the football secondary.
What if they did focus on the reality show? That's smart.
It's already been a hit.
Yeah,
sweet.
incredible
It's the only
first
thing anyone talks
episode.
about.
It's the first episode, pizza or chicken salad. You ask 90% of the people that have heard about the USFL and it happening, what do you remember about it? That guy got fired because he wanted pizza over chicken
Well,
salad.
now apparently he's saying the team's lying.
Well, the team came out and said that
Yeah.
he apologized. He called back our coach and said he was sorry, by the way. And he quote tweeted that and was like, oh, now they lying. I believe it's his exact quote.
Exactly. Boom. Episode 2.
Boom, reality show, Debbie Smith. What happened with the chicken salad or the pizza? While that's being focused on, let's go to another practice with the Pittsburgh Maulers, who lost 17-3 to Jordan Teamu. And it's, we got to figure out how to fucking stop quarterback. And then you do a couple practice sessions, couple highlights, couple lowlights, maybe a scrap or two.
Yep.
While that's getting figured out, let's go over to the Birmingham Bears. Boom, go over to the Birmingham Bears. They got a birthday party
In the hotel, in the ballroom.
Yeah.
They're having a good time.
That's right.
And at one point, the leader of the team gets up there and says, this is what we need to do in the next 7 games. Show some highlights, show some lowlights. Boom, cheers. While that camaraderie is being built, let's see what's happening with the Alaskan Frontiers.
That's right.
Go to the Alaskan Frontiers. Guess what they're doing? They're fishing because they're fucking having an off day.
Okay.
This is the show.
like it.
Yeah.
This
like
is USFL. They should definitely still play games.
Sure.
Definitely
Right.
still play
Right.
games. Mic up everybody so they have access to all the conversations.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can use it during these episodes.
Boom.
Right.
Just so we can put these in the fucking episode.
But the football game should be at like 7 a.m. on Tuesdays.
Boom. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Have it streaming maybe on Twitch or something.
Right.
On YouTube. Have it streaming somewhere. But the primetime thing should be, hey, look at what's popping off with this league. Let's even get into the finances because we're all interested in these spring league finances because they seem to, and we don't want to, listen, past outcomes do not predict future things.
Sure.
That's right.
Correct.
There's some saying in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of the most of these spring leagues have ended financially in disaster.
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely. A couple bankruptcies, a couple fraud cases. I mean, there is a lot. I want to hear some of that too.
Yeah.
I want to hear about the front office talking about the ticket sales and the 3.5 million viewers. Hey, 3.5 million viewers.
That's
I want to
right.
be in the meeting whenever they're talking about that. I think that is how we fix the USFL.
Them getting the bill for like the first week at the hotel, like how expensive it is, and having that guy be like, "Oh Jesus Christ, how are we going to do this? How are we going to do this for 8 more weeks?"
Yeah, have that guy sweating.
Yeah, exactly.
We're already underwater. Well, we can't pay at least 2/3 of the rosters right now. We got to do something big. Bang, car wash. So now
Yes.
every
Every
team's
team.
running a car wash and selling
Selling coupon books.
I feel like the Myrtle Beach Mermaids had some of these ideas with Kenny Powers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Maybe
Those
they
games are not going to sustain viewership.
maybe they can get Bama.
Bring in MTV. I mean, if Fox isn't going to get it done, then have MTV put it on their
Come on,
channel.
NBC has it.
Sure.
Fox has it.
Yeah. Spike TV.
Fubo TV.
Boom.
Boom.
Paramount Plus.
Everybody should have their own
Oh,
24.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we would like to document one
Yeah.
teams.
Sure.
You're paying us for it, but we are not paying.
No, we want the Maulers,
yeah,
too.
yeah,
We want the
would-
Maulers.
No, we do not.
Is there a
What do you
halftime
mean? We already
show?
got 4 episodes in the can.
Yeah,
there
you're
was
right.
corgi
I don't want to
racing.
fucking be associated with that team. I mean, that team was just stealing it in Pittsburgh. You want pizza? Pizza is literally every other meal in Pittsburgh. And then no, you can't have it. Got to have chicken salad. You're right. We do need to pizza. We've already brainstormed the entire season.
Can we get some halftime shows?
That's what I'm talking about.
Diggs mentioned corgi racing. You know, maybe someone wrestles a bear. Maybe someone jumps a couple school buses.
See,
Hot dog eating contest.
this is what I'm talking about.
Oh, Corgi was on ESPN2 last night. That's why that was talked about. I thought it was at halftime of the
A frisbee
USFL.
dog, at least.
It was
Corgi racing.
Oh yeah, big, huge now. It's catching steam.
Well, Chuck's too fat now, but when he was when Chuck was little, he was firecracker.
Fucking
out there.
went after
He was
it.
pretty quick. Nah, he's too lazy. He sees a rabbit, he walks 2 steps, barks, and turns around. Used to chase that thing all the way out of the yard, all the way down the street, which not great. So he's kind of eating his way out of that. He's a lot more disciplined now.
Sure.
That's good.
It's very nice of him. Corgi racing, no, for sure. Maybe a concert. They can talk about how much it costs. Oh, frisbee dog. They poop on the field,
yeah.
obviously, to lay in the game and clean up the poop. See, this is what we're talking about. All right, let's talk about some real stuff.
What?
I mean, that was really just save the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Dwayne Johnson, I don't think your league's going to have to operate that way, but
They'll be fine.
USFL.
USFL definitely does.
Might
And
be
I don't-
stuff to draw from it.
I don't know if they know that yet or not. Let's get to a break. We got Channing Crowder on the other side. Okay, let's reset this whole show.
Okay.
I did not expect to go down that.
I covered all the
No, but
main
it's genius.
stuff.
We just completed 6 episodes of the fucking first season of this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
I
call
was
that
watching
nothing.
last night. They have no crowd. Okay, they had 20 people mic'd up on the game, and then they had 2 commentators and a sideline reporter. And at one point, they all had something to say. And it was somehow the quietest game of all time and the noisiest game of all time at the same time. And then there was bad flow. I was like, all right, I want this to work. I hope they listen. We need the documentary.
Yeah, please listen.
Someone get the Davion, because he's the face of the league for
He
me.
is.
Who?
And he's not even on the team
Davion
anymore.
Smith.
Oh, David
Guy
Smith.
who got
Yeah.
cut.
Chicken salad guy.
He's the face of the USFL, and he's not even playing.
We're back to 4 minutes with Channing Crowder. I'm sure he has some thoughts. There's a lot of NFL chatter, honestly. Tom Brady did an interview with ESPN, spoke nothing about anything. ESPN refused to ask any questions about anything real, maybe because next Tuesday in the Man in the Arena finale, that'll have all the answers to a very, very active offseason for Tom Brady. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers taking on Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. That should be a conversation. The NFL has opened an investigation into the Browns, whether or not they provided incentives to Hugh Jackson to lose or not.
Wow.
They said that should be a quick investigation. I can't wait to hear how that turns out. The NFL is investigating itself.
Oh, okay.
That should go well.
Should be an open and shut case.
Yeah, and we're taking some phone calls. 1-833-4 McAfee on the 5-hour Energy phone line. We're back in 4. Cheers. What are you going to do to change and make Tua better? Have you gotten into that? This is very early in the whole process, and you're shaking hands, kissing babies right now, and you're a 0-win head coach that everybody loves.
0 wins.
0 win, but what are you thinking about that for Tua? How do you make him better?
We're going to start with scoring more points than the opponent.
Wow!
Oh, no.
You are changing the game.
Changing the game
Yeah.
through math.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I think there's. I was just so fortunate in my career to be around the process of how I look at things with the empowerment of the right teachers, that I look backwards, forwards, okay? What things do I see that are really awesome about his game on tape, even though we're at...
He's accurate as heck.
Boom!
He-
That's what I was just about to say.
Oh, I didn't know. I was just, you were leading me. That's how, you should do this, maybe.
Dude,
Think about it in the future. But he's so accurate.
Or we should just spend the time finishing each other's...
Sentences.
Oh, okay.
Hey, have we known each other for,
Our whole lives?
Oh my god.
you tell?
Me?
Wow.
weird.
Dude.
Whoa.
Seems
what
like you guys just became.
Dude.
Wow, this is fucking weird, AJ.
Bro.
Hey, this is...
Did we swap skins?
Wow, we learned a lot about yours, by the way. I mean,
Yeah.
Steven in Nashville enough. What's going on, Steven?
Hey, hello? Pat? You guys can hear me?
This is the worst call we've ever had, Steven.
My god. So mean.
Steven.
Hello?
Steven,
Yeah.
it's the worst call we've ever had. So much dead air there.
Yo, Pat, can you hear me?
Yeah, keep it going.
Hello?
Know what you say?
I was going to hit him again.
What?
Yo, Pat.
No,
Pat?
it's that.
Pat. Hey, Pat, can you hear me?
Steven does not deserve this. Steven, what's going on, dude? How's going on, Steven?
Sorry, your phone was choppy.
Yo, Pat McAfee, can you hear me?
Steven, you there?
Pat, can you hear me? Hello?
Is there a cup and a string?
Steven!
Yo, Pat. Pat, can you hear me? Hello?
Steve!
Pat!
Hey, there you are. Hey, what's
Hello?
going on, Steve? Hey, Steven, sorry about that. I think we're having connection issues. What's going on, man?
Hey, sorry, man. I didn't know if that was me or if you were trying to talk to another guy. And then I didn't hear you guys.
Steve!
Yeah. Hello?
Oh, we lost him again, I think. Shit.
Pat!
Can you?
No.
Pat, can you hear me?
Steve, hey, Steve, there you are, Steve.
Pat!
Steve,
Pat!
hey!
Pat! Pat!
Steve!
Pat!
Oh, can you hear me?
Steve! Are you guys messing around? Can you guys hear me?
Hey, welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show on this Tuesday, April 19th, 2022. Big time day because we get a chance to chat with co-host of The Pivot, 6-year NFL vet, 3rd round draft pick, absolute legend and champion on the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, Channing Crowder.
Yeah!
What's up, dude?
What's going on, baby? Y'all good?
Hey, how are you? You guys are killing it on The Pivot, man.
Appreciate it, man. We got right now the Shaq premieres out right now on YouTube. So we got Shaq last week in Atlanta. So it's a good interview, man. We're having a good time doing it, bro.
Are you enjoying it? Because I remember talking to you guys at the Super Bowl, and you, Fred, and Ryan, obviously an incredibly tight group, good friends. You knew that there was going to be a lot of work that was going to have to go into this to build the Pivot back up or build it up. You guys have been killing it. Have you been enjoying the hell out of it?
Man, it's fun. And especially with good people. Y'all know how it is. I watch y'all show all the time, and I know y'all are all tight. So, you know what I'm saying? You get with your boys, and y'all have a common goal, and you just grind towards it. You know what I'm saying? We like a traveling band, we say. So we go everywhere, Dallas, L.A., Vegas, New York. We run around with each other, but we really enjoy each other's company. So it's almost like a boys trip, and we get to work a little bit in it, man. It's the greatest thing ever. A lot of great feedback, man, and just meeting good people. You know how it is, man. You just like at Super Bowl. You walking down the street, bro, and you get to talk to, everybody. Von Miller ran up on us. Derrick Henry ran up on us. Hey, man, we love the show. Different people. You showed us a bunch of love, Pat, man. It's just it's a great experience, but just really meeting the people and talking to people, bro. We love it.
It's the dumbest thing of all time that this can be a job at this stage of life. And it's awesome. We love it. I think it comes through that you guys are enjoying it as well. In the clips, you guys get great shit out of everybody. I mean, Shaq, that dude's everywhere. I assume the conversation that he had with you guys will be one of his best conversations of all time. Anything unexpected other than your 69 joke? That hit, by the way. Hey, it hit. That joke hit, by the way. Anything come out? Yeah.
Hey, Pat, his big ass K69. I know it's anatomy, man. How you gonna beat ass? She beat ass. It's fun. See, if he's doing his thing, she's looking at his belly button. So, I don't know what the hell. But yeah, man, he actually is crazy. It was the first time somebody brought up his divorce from Shawnee. So he got into that, and they actually got some traction. I think it's on Shade Room now. It's getting traction, but he actually talked about his divorce. Which, like we like to have fun, play around. I talk about the sex stuff all the time, but, talking to guys about real stuff, real man stuff is kind of what it is. And so that's the thing. We have fun. We talk sports, but I want to get to know you as a human because like you did, bro, you transition. You can't play ball no more. You're a human being. You're in this world. And that's what we try to get out of people. And him talking about his divorce so openly was very surprising to us. And it was great. He took full responsibility. He said, man, I was out in these streets. I was running. Yeah, check it out. It's on YouTube now. But he really opened up about his divorce, and that was probably the biggest surprise of the interview to me.
Well, that's a natural flow of a conversation, too. Like, if you're actually trying to talk to somebody and have a conversation with somebody, you're going to hit on fun shit. You're going to hit on some serious stuff. You're going to get some life stuff. I think that's why the modern era of conversation has become, so well-liked, because it's so different than all the shit we've seen in the past. And also, the guests that people get now on the internet, the pivot gets that nobody else gets is amazing. Antonio Brown stopped by, like, full wide open in that conversation. When you're sitting down with him, did you know him before that conversation? How much did you know of him? And after that convo, what are your thoughts on it? And do you think a team should sign him, Channing? Because you're one of the only people that have talked to him that any of us have seen on the internet,
Yeah, well, being in Miami, you cross paths with a lot of people. I say that, and I party, man. I party. I stay in the strip club. Like, me and my wife went to the strip club to watch the Errol Spence fight. Me and my wife go to the strip club together. Like, I get out. I still have a good time. I'm 38 years old, but I've ran past AB, party with AB, but sitting down with him, he's a very interesting person, and I would say it would take, because Floyd put up that thing where he was like, the whole give him $20 million. If he messes up throughout the season, you can have the $20 million. We'll give you 20, and if he doesn't, and he helps your team like we know he can, he's still one of the best receivers in the world, then you got to give him 20. So I don't know if the Floyd contract's going to work out exactly that way, because I don't know a damn GM in the world that's going to sign that contract. But he's a very smart dude, but he's different. And Pat, bro, you was in the league, you was in the locker room. It's a lot of dudes out there that can play ball. They're just different humans. And then you give somebody that's already a little different over $100 million. Money doesn't change you. Money makes you more of what you already are. And I try to explain that to people on a damn daily basis. Money, you give somebody $100 million, they're not going to be different. They're going to be more of exactly what they came out their damn mama's belly as. And that's what AB is. I think he should have a chance. I don't know if the money's going to be crazy like that, to be honest. I don't think no team's going to put $20 million into him. But he is still a top 10 receiver in the world, I do believe.
Well, whenever you think about the NFL just as a whole, it's like the 1% of all football players make it into college football, then the 1% of college football make it in the NFL. To become like a 5, 6, 10-year legend vet, it's like 0.00. You have to be unique, right? Don't you? Naturally, it is. You are a unique, special individual. There's just a lot of different ways to go about that. Hey, there is a lot of different ways to go about that. Antonio Brown's next album might be fucking banger after banger. Yeah. By the way, that thing might be, I think it's coming out tomorrow, I believe.
Here we go.
I don't know. I saw a picture of him.
From the Pit Not a Palace?
No, well, I think it's on there.
There we go.
Hey, there's some remixes in there. Style it. Fucking run it.
I'll tell you about AB. AB enjoys AB. He walked into the interview. He had his own soundtrack playing. AB loves him some AB. They say T.O. I love me some me. AB loves him some him. But Pat, isn't it justified, bro? I try to say, like, isn't it justified? Like you say, the 1% of the 1%, and then to be on top of those 1%. So you're the best receiver in the world. Some people can deal with it, man. Like Brady does a great job. You know, you play with Peyton and them. I think they do a great job. You get some of these dudes, man, and now the world is telling me I'm different than a regular human being. Man, I'm going to show out. Listen, if they would have gave me $100 million, Pat, I don't know what the hell I would be. I would have went flat out damn crazy if they gave me $100 million.
No, stay humble.
$100 million?
Hey, stay humble. Stay humble. Act like you've been there before. I ain't never fucking been there before.
We ain't been there before. None of us been there before. Hell, when they gave me my first million, I haven't been there before, and I went crazy and wasted it all up, partying, traveling, strip clubs, hanging out, man. And I think my first signing bonus after taxes was $588,000. And I was Bill Gates in my mind, bro. I was damn Jeff Bezos with $588,000. And I went flat out nut. I'm glad I got a second contract. I might be under a damn bridge right now if I get my second deal, because all that money was gone.
Hey, the guy could hit, though. They said, hey, spend that money, guy can hit. Yeah, if I wouldn't have made the team my second year, I would have had zero. After my first year, I went, you know what I mean? And everybody was like, oh, no, you got to save it or whatever. It's like, I don't know how long I'm going to have this money. And all my friends are in debt because fucking school beat up everybody. Yeah. So it's like, if I don't make the team, I'm at least going to get to, I don't know, 6 of the 7 continents. Yeah. I'm going to go party a little bit. Everyone to go everywhere. I had a blast. It's a lot easier to say, hey, manage your money whenever you maybe had it all your life. It is not as easy as everybody thinks whenever, and it's in the intro to this show. What am I supposed to do? Look at something that I want that I can definitely afford and just go, nah? Like, how am I supposed to do that? That's a real thing, though, because back in the day, 80% of athletes used to go broke or whatever. That was the whole documentary. I think now, like the pivot, we're getting very lucky to do this. A lot of guys, I think now everybody's story and vantage point is worth money. And I think a lot more people can get into our space. And I think it's going to be the future of ex-NFL players. Do you agree with that or no, Channing?
Oh, 100%, Pat. I really do believe it. And God, like you're saying, you open the door. We're opening the door for people, and they see it. Like, we got interviewed for free for years. Every goddamn time you walk in that fucking locker room, there's 35 people sitting there with cameras and mics in your face because they want your opinion. So now, let me just get my own platform. If y'all want to hear my damn opinion so bad, I'll give you my opinion, and I will benefit. I will monetize it. I will do this because we've been through stuff that a lot of people haven't been through. And that's why they want to talk to us. That's why they're interested in our opinion. And I think a lot more guys will do it. Honestly, a bunch of dudes reached out to me. I hook them up with my our producer, Lisa Zubakowski. And she's a dog. She was a part of Hard Knocks and Steve Sable and them back in the day. And I'll give them her number, be like, bro, if you want to do something, call her and she can guide you along the way. Like, build a good team. And that's the thing a lot of guys, I think ex-ball players, like, especially guys that depressed and, they don't know what to do after sports because everything was on us. Everything was on your goddamn leg. Everything was on my shoulders. And when you're on that field and goddamn LaDaina and Tomlinson's in the flat and I got to tackle him, there's nobody in the fucking world that can help me do that. So I think players are, like you get caught up in that, I have to do it. I have to be the guy. I have to, generate whatever I generate. Bro, get you a damn team. Get a good team together. Like me and Freddie. Me and Freddie left the other place, came over, got Ryan, met, knew Ryan, but then brought Ryan on. And we knew he was a good dude. We have a good production staff. Like, talk to people, communicate with people, use good people. And I think that's what players are finding out now is that our voices want to be heard. People are interested in what the hell we're doing. And also, bro, you don't have to go out there and hit the game-winning goddamn field goal or the coffin corner kick and all. I'm trying to relate to the kicking.
Yeah, I saw you. You're a real professional. Yeah, you don't have to. Yeah, I heard you did like 3 times.
All that, but you don't have. It's not just you anymore. Like, get you a team, get you financial people, get you a good CPA, get you a good goddamn producer if you want to do TV. Use people around you and build a team. And that's what the fucking billionaires do. Why wouldn't we do it, even if we don't have that kind of money? Build a damn team.
Well, it also helps for guys that, like, miss the team, like that team camaraderie part whenever people get away from the game. They get a little jaded by the NFL, but then they miss, like, hanging out and having a bullshit. Like, I'm very lucky from my guys here. Like, every single day we bullshit, get a chance, and we're actually, like, playing and attacking something together. It's very similar to what was going on whenever we were playing football or whatever. It's just a different avenue. I'm excited for the future. Let's talk about the future of the NFL, Channing. Fucking big money. Hey, They know they're the king of the world right now, too. Might have the Walton family's in on the Broncos, so I guess there's other venture capitalist things that are like, well, if fucking Walmart's in on it, we might as well not even waste our money because they are going to outbid everybody. Now the Commanders, who knows what's going to happen with them, even though they're saying they didn't do anything wrong. People are thinking they're going to get forced. 11 years, $110 billion media rights deal. That's not even including the stadium deals and the merch deal and everything like that they have going on there. The future of the NFL is great, which is good for us. What do you think about on field? Do you think the future of the game is in good hands from when you played to what it is now, and then what it will be like 10 years from now when we're looking at maybe like a $400 million salary cap for some teams, $300 million salary cap?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, the NFL is healthy as hell. NFL is the fat cow.
Yeah,
you look at the field and you see them little anemic motherfuckers and you see one of them fat cows walking around. The NFL is the fat cow. They are not struggling. Bro, they net $9 billion a year, and it goes up every year. They're not hurting. I think the game, honestly, being a banger, being one of them old school guys, which I am, the whole kill the head, the body dies and all that. Let's knock the quarterback out and, bounty gate and all that stuff. Like, that was the NFL we played in. NFL now is different. You know what I'm saying? It's changing. And I think it's better for the game. I think the safety part is good, but it is great for the game. And one thing that people are surprised when I always talk about it, they're like, oh, but, me and Zach Thomas talk about it. Zach Thomas tells me all the time, we'll be sitting with our kids playing in his backyard. I go to Zach's house because his house is way goddamn big.
Big contracts. Yeah.
Yeah, so we go over to Zach's house. We're sitting there, and he's like, bro, we would have got fined every game.
Oh, yeah.
Because when you have a fullback running through the B gap, I'm going to avoid his head. He's about to try to break my damn sternum. No, it was a whole different game. It was a whole different approach to the game. It was a whole different, that barbarian. Have you met some of these young players, Pat? Soft is a hard word, but they're not built like I want to go out there and embarrass another grown-ass man. I want to go out there and choke a bitch to death. They don't live like that.
Yeah.
Like, they want to do their job and get their check and go play Roblox or whatever these young bastards do nowadays. I don't know what they play. But it's like talking to a Junior Seau, talking to a Joey Porter. Those guys I play with, Keith Traylor, big Bonnie Holiday, those dudes. And now talking to these guys nowadays, bro, it's not a barbaric sport anymore. And that's good. The business is booming, as AB always says. Business is booming, and the changes are where the world is going. So I hate Roger Goodell. I made it perfectly clear. I can't stand Roger Goodell's ass. But I do think he can run a business well because he's the watchdog for the 31 owners. Green Bay's publicly owned and all that.
Yeah,
but he's the watchdog and the voice of 31 owners that he works for. He does not work for the players, and that's why I can't stand his damn ass. But he does know how to make money, and that's what everybody in the league wants, that damn money.
Still a dangerous game. Still, obviously, collisions and everything. Just a completely different mindset. We had James Harrison and AJ Hawk on at the same time. And James Harrison, he got like $1 million of fines. And AJ is the most Ohio dude of all time. So, he's just Rydell. And he goes, oh, Adam's apple, not to the chin. I was aiming for the Adam's apple or whatever. It's like, okay. That's a completely different mindset to the game. But I think the speeding, they're making the game faster. They're making guys faster. They're making everything kind of open up. At some point, it'll become too much. Then we'll all bitch about it, At some point, it'll happen.
Oh, yeah. It's all offense, bro. They don't want no 17-10 game. That shit's boring. They want a 45-42 game. That's what fans want, and that's what they want. I hate it for cornerback because if you damn breathe on somebody, they're throwing a flag. If you touch his nipple, they're gonna throw a flag. Like it's a different game. I understand it, but I still, as that old mentality, Pat, I still look at it. The Pro Bowl this year turned my damn stomach. They didn't even touch each other.
Hey.
They weren't even playing football.
They need
that,
not.
Like, that when you go over the edge, that gets to me. When guys start tackling the dude and helping him up. Don't help him up. Let that motherfucker off the ground. What are you doing? It's a whole new mentality. I'm telling you, if y'all have not talked to a 21, 22-year-old NFL player, go and talk to one and just see the difference in what they think. But the speed of the game, the points, that's what everybody wants. That's what people want. That's what fans want. And that's about the money thing. So they're going to continue to legislate the game to score more points.
Yeah, I retired 5 years ago. In the locker room from when I first got in to 5 years ago was already making quite a shift. And although I liked the dudes, I enjoyed them as humans, it was just so much different. I mean, it was just night and day from what I came into. It'll only continue to change as the world changes. I don't think there's anybody in the NFL pissing on themselves right now, though. You know what I mean? I don't think...
That's old school, baby. bro, the funniest thing in the world about this is that it reemerges about every 2 years. So I was doing, was it LT? Somebody was getting put in the Hall of Fame, and they did the 30 for 30s, or NFL Network did the little shows when guys got put in the Hall of Fame. And so I'm sitting down and we're talking about it, Oh, this guy was good. Yeah, I played him in 06 when he had the rushing title. And I'm talking about LT. I think in Tom Brady, too, I'd done a couple of them. And I'm talking. And so they start wrapping up at the end. And the cameraman's, taking his little earplugs out and all that crap. And then the guy looks at me. He was like, hey, is there anything interesting that you would want to tell us about, about like your career, any cool stories? And then I was like, you know what? I peed on myself every game. They started pointing. Hey, get back on the camera. Put the earplugs back here. Let's go. They started shuffling around, and I went and told the story, and then so I tell it, and it doesn't really get any legs for like a year and a half, 2 years. Then all of a sudden somebody runs it, and it blows up, and then it goes back down, and it blows up again, and then recently it blew up again. But what happened was,
you see,
I used to take so much shit before the game. Just the Red Line, the Red Bull, the B12 shots, the Toradol shots, the just banging emergencies, and anything that said energy on it, I was going to chug it before I went on that field. Take a half a Vicodin before the game, a half a Vicodin at halftime. I was on shit when I was out there running around.
Toradol and a fight.
I'm telling you. Toradol is one of the best drugs ever created.
All time, that thing.
Bro, you walk into the locker room, can't even bend your ankle, get that shot, listen to 2 damn songs on your iPad. Next thing you know, you feel like you're 9 years old again. There you go, baby.
Hey, you remember?
I know.
Hey, Janet, you remember when they were going to try to get rid of Toradol? They were going to try to get rid of Toradol. And they were like, all right, we're going to get rid of this. And the NFLPA, like, it's the first time the NFLPA, I think it's because all the vets are on there, were like, hey, you get rid of Toradol, you're going to lose about 60 to 70% of this league or whatever. All right, we'll back it off. We'll back it off on the Toradol talk. For the good of everybody, we will back off the Toradol talk. But it's bad for you. Everybody needs to know it's bad for you. It's like, well, no shit. What it does to our body, we assume there's some rippling side effects that are going to happen 30 years from now. It was unbelievable, Toradol.
Okay, I know my kidneys and livers are shot. I go on it. Then they try to sneak and give you the pills, Pat. So you don't want to give me the shot, but you gonna give me a big handful of pills. It's the same shit you put in my body. You know what's in my stomach? Like it was the craziest thing in the world. But I would take all that crap right before the game, and then you drink all that crap, you gotta pee.
Oh yeah.
So my rookie year, it was like the 3rd game. And I had to pee, and the Dolphins, we shared the stadium with the Marlins. So they had the little dugout right behind the bench. So I go back in the bench, and they had a little bathroom in the dugout. So I go in the dugout, and I hear the whole crowd go crazy. So I'm assuming that we scored. So I'm like, okay, we scored. I'm gonna finish, peeing, and I'm gonna come back up. We actually turned the ball, though. I think Ronnie fumbled. So then I come back out and we're on defense and I missed the series and I go up and my head coach is like, man, where the hell were you at? So they were like, no, you're out this series. So I look and I'm a rookie too. I'm playing, bro. We had a 3-4. The 4 linebackers were me, Zach Thomas, Junior Seau, and Jason Taylor. I was playing with legends. And my little young dumb ass is missing a series because I want to go pee. At that moment moving forward, I said, I'm not leaving this field no damn more. I pissed right down my leg. And I do it 3-4 times a game. I take a knee, pee on my leg, take some water, squirt it off, wipe it down, throw the towel away. And you're good to go.
So you would take a knee to do this? Hold on, Jay. You would take a knee. You weren't just doing it just standing there, right? You weren't just standing like people do in the ocean when they go in the ocean and they get to about waist high and they just kind of stand there like they're at a urinal, but they're not. And it takes some people a little bit of time. For you were taking a knee and it was just flowing every single time easily, no problem. How you doing? On the field, off the field?
It would be on the field sometimes. Yeah. In the middle of a serious timeout, I don't want to run off, but I would take the knee, I would put the knee down depending on which way my swiper was hanging. So if my man was hanging left, I put the left knee down. My man was hanging right, I put the right knee down. And during the game, your little man boggles around a little bit. So I would adjust him and take that knee and put it down. Yeah. The worst time was I forgot I had a hamstring injury. I forgot I had on neoprene them pants, them shorts. And so I start peeing, but I don't see the stream. And I'm like, oh, damn, I have these neoprene shorts on. So now it's a damn half a gallon of pee stuck in my crotch and it's sloshing around. So as I'm walking, I'm feeling the pee slosh all around. And I was like, yeah, this might not have been a good decision with the hamstring injury. But after that series, I went and pulled the little neoprene and ran it on down the knee. But a lot of big boys do it. A lot of linemen do it, and they lie about it. Man, all I had to lie about. I peed on myself. That's what the hell happened.
Yeah, but you had good intentions. You didn't want to miss another snap. It's good of the team. You were pissing all over yourself. For the good of the team, you were willing to go ahead and take a knee in front of 70,000 people and piss into your scuba fit, by the way, which is basically what a new it's a scuba. Oh, you were the fucking best. You were a gem. Go ahead, Todd.
Channing, I don't know if you've had the opportunity to watch the USFL yet, but to put it lightly, it absolutely fucking stinks. Do you ever think there's going to be a spring football league that works? And because they're trying to make it a feeder system. Is that ever going to happen, or is it just always going to be college? You think?
It's good. That's what college is a damn feeder system. I said it, and people got on me. I said The Rock is wasting his goddamn money with the XFL. Like, it's not gonna work. You are used to seeing the best athletes in the world. They can't make it to the NFL, so now you're gonna take the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth stringers and put them on the field. I don't want to watch the eighth stringer.
Bro, it's so bad, Chan. And I feel snooty almost because I got to watch NFL. I had a front row seat to NFL football every single day. You were in it obviously when you were there, but I'm a football snob now almost. It's this is terrible football. It is hard for me to get behind bad football, Jen. It's really difficult for me to do.
Oh, it's hard for me to watch the MAC and that MACtion Tuesday night MACtion and crap. Bro, give me Big 10, Big 12, SEC for sure. SEC is the man, but give me that. I don't like you said. I know what good football looks like. I know the USFL, the XFL, what was the damn AFF? They didn't even make it through a season. Right. They folded in the middle of a season. Yeah. You're not, the feeder program is college. If you're not good enough by the time you leave college, and this is what people tweet me all the time when I bring this up. Well, what about the guys who didn't make it? They didn't make it. That's what happened. They didn't make it. That's why they're not playing the NFL. They didn't make it. Now you want to give them somewhere else to go and try to make it again? No. If they decided not to put you on a team, you're not on a team. And I'm not watching that crap. I watched Tom Brady for years, Peyton Manning, Patrick Mahomes now, Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson. I'm watching those guys. I don't even know these quarterbacks in the USFL. Nobody knows their names. Todd Haley's there, I think. I'm not... Whoever said, I need to watch Todd Haley's offense. It's not going to be successful. Whoever's put money into it is wasting their money. I honestly feel that way about all those. I call them ancillary or secondary leagues. I don't think none of them going to make it.
Listen, Todd Haley did not deserve that, but he understands that is the case. I do believe he understands that is the case. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Channing, you're talking about kind of the new NFL. Another new thing is kind of the young offensive guru head coaches. You guys got one in Miami with Mike McDaniel. What's the vibe like around town? Are people believing in him already, or what do we think?
Oh, yeah, they love him. They love him now. This season ain't start yet. He's charismatic. He's fun. Him and Tua. Tua had a charity event. They're hugging and dancing together and crap, which is great because Brian Flores didn't really believe in Tua. He was pulling his ass out for Fitzy for a couple years, and then he was putting Jacoby Brissett in on fourth down and all kind of goofy crap. He didn't believe in Tua, so his belief in Tua, he's trying to amp up that he's going to develop Tua. That's what everybody wants to see because you got to have a quarterback to win. But the proof's in the pudding. Sean McVay was a genius. Then Josh McDaniels left. He was supposed to be a genius before McVay, and his ass ran right back to daddy in New England from Broncos because he wasn't ready for that crap. Them young coaches, they're going to work out. You're going to find a couple. But taking every guy that's ever been a part of an offense that's under 30, 35 is this guru. Listen, boy, I've watched Andy Reid call games. I've watched Bill Belichick call games. These dudes aren't them. They got to prove to me they're them. I respect McVay. I'll tell you that. McVay knows what the hell he's doing. Obviously, he won a damn Super Bowl. But yeah, McDaniels right now, I got to see what goes on before I say, yeah, he's the next one. You ain't the next one until you do it, till you succeed, till you win 11, 12 games, and that's what I'm waiting for.
McDaniel told us when he was in here, he said, I am a 0-win coach right now in the NFL. Everybody, this is awesome. So I think he even acknowledges that. But most of these guys are going to fail. I mean, that's just like the draft. Hey, just like the draft. Like, we are hyped. Now, we have a draft spectacular every single year, and it is our biggest show. We have no idea why. Honestly, we have no idea. It's our worst show. We know nothing about any of these people, but it is a celebration. We have big-time guests, and we do that. 50 to 60% of these guys in the first round aren't going to work. And then once you go to like the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh, it drops to like 80, 85, 90% of these guys aren't even going to make it into the NFL. What do you think it is the separator between the guys that make it in the NFL and the guys that don't make it in the NFL? Because everybody's fucking good, obviously.
Yeah.
Why do you think some guys make it and some guys don't? Because the fail rate is much higher than anybody wants to talk about.
I think that the mental toughness, but not just the cliche mental toughness of walking in and going against those dogs, those grown dogs. And I say it this way. In college, everybody's there. We all got a dorm. We might have a little bullshit apartment somewhere, but we're all living the same life. You go out with these men that have 7, 8 mortgages, divorced twice, paying alimony and stuff. Them boys is out there to get it in. So I think the first thing is you don't know. I remember Keith Traylor, the first day of pads, he wouldn't talk to nobody. And everybody knew me and Truck were tight. So they'd be like, linemen would come to me like, man, what's wrong with Truck? I said, Truck is about to go out here and whoop y'all's ass for 3 hours. I don't know if y'all understand what's about to happen when Big Keith Traylor at 380 gets pissed off in his zero. And then he go out there and commence to whooping their ass and they wouldn't be ready for it. So I think part of it is the mentality of knowing this is a job and you're trying to take my job. And the other half is intelligence. There's been guys that was faster, stronger, bigger, power, lifting the fucking weight room up. And then we get in the meeting room and they can't even put a sentence together about football. They don't, what play is this, coach? It's a lead. It's a lead. It's the greatest football play in the history of time. What play is this? It's a goddamn lead, boy. And it was just, you just see the mentality where they don't really know football. So you got to come in with that dog in you, knowing that you're really, when you get in the league, you're taking another grown man's job, taking food off his table. And on top of that, the intelligence, man. I don't know if college coaches are not capable of it, but I don't think college coaches teach football. Like, I was lucky to have Charlie Strong in Florida. So Charlie Strong taught me football. I don't think a lot of these dudes teach guys football. I think they see a guy that runs a 4.4 and just let him go out there and run around in circles.
Especially with how basic college defenses are, too. College defenses are so basic, and they're only getting more and more basic with everybody doing the RPO. Like, all right, you're just going to read this, you're going to read that. And then once you get, there's fucking Aaron and Tom and Peyton just like looking around. Now Mac Jones, Joey Burrow seem to be these young guys that have the Josh Allen. Mahomes said he's starting to understand defenses. They can start manipulating fucking guys' athleticism against them almost. Like, the more athletic guys almost end up in a worse spot because they're faster. So it's like, hey, dumbass, we're just going to get you to move right here. And then bang! Right over your fucking head every single time. It was awesome watching Peyton work, like on a day-to-day, how they would set up plays just for one particular fucking guy that they knew was maybe weak or didn't know what was going on. And it's like our entire game plan is just to fucking manipulate this idiot right here. And that's a thing that I don't think a lot of people understand. They're young guys coming into the NFL.
Oh yeah, they're gonna find the bitch. I coach high school. I coached for 5 years. Just stopped last year when the pivot and all that blew up.
Hey, hell of a run, coach. Hell of a run, coach. Way to go, coach them up.
Yeah. I mean, 5 years. That's all I have for them kids, man. Kids don't damn listen, and they're pleasant nowadays. You can't tell them to knock nobody out. Well, coach, I might hurt myself. Get your ass out of here. I'm not worried about it. But I used to tell them, I used to say, listen. They're preparing for us the same way we're preparing for them. So if you got your ass roasted 4 times last game, expect them to put that best receiver on you and try to roast your ass. I would do the exact same thing back to them. But a lot of it's the football IQ that people don't have, man. People don't understand that. And to be honest, I was the bitch a couple games. Like, I bring up LT and Reggie Bush. We played the Saints when Reggie was Reggie, and they come out in empty. They knowing I had to go cover somebody. They ran Reggie out the backfield knowing I had to go out with him. And I looked around, and my football IQ said, this is a bad goddamn situation. So I looked over to Jeremiah Bell. Jeremiah Bell was over in cover 2 over top of me. I said, just lock him up, cover him. I'll go back in the middle of the field and rat. And I would, and the coach was like, what are you doing wearing this? I said, Coach, I'm not getting embarrassed in front of all these people. Who the hell am I to cover Reggie Bush? I'm 250-pound middle linebacker. I shouldn't be out here on this bastard. So but that thought is what a lot of guys don't know. They just, okay, I'm on number 2 week. Number 2 week is Randy Moss, bitch.
All right, we appreciate you.
You want to cover?
Hey, we got to go. You're the best. The Pivot. Every single Wednesday on youtube.com/The Pivot and podcast.
Yeah, Tuesday at noon. We drop every Tuesday at noon.
Fuck, ladies and gentlemen, Channing Crowder. Thank you, Channing. Hit the intro, hour 2.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we could talk about.
Speaking his mind
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
while being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat
What the fuck are
McAfee
you
Show
doing?
starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome back to that show. Hour 1 had an incredible, electrifying conversation with Channing Crowder. Big thanks to him for joining us. Tyson Fury joins us in 12 minutes, and now, hour 2 begins. Hell yeah! Can't thank you enough for being here. The Talks Table at Ty Schmidt at Boston Connor. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys, Tone Diggs is here. And joining us from an attic in Ohio in front of a book that we just learned.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the internet pointed something out that none of us had seen, and we all went, "Ooh, how'd that?"
You got a new book?
Yeah, I think so. At least one. I think we found a title for one of the books. It's right over his right shoulder. Ladies and gentlemen, college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, COVID survivor, AJ Hall. Yeah! AJ, when did you do that?
What?
That.
What's it say? What book is that?
Yeah, you know. Yeah, you know.
I mean, I don't know. A long time ago. I have lots of books up there.
Yeah, okay. Just like Ezekiel. The entire thought of our conversation with Channing Crowder, powering through 2 hard out and a hard in, is great. That dude is electrifying, AJ.
I got to see some of it. That's exactly what I thought. Like, he's the man. And years ago when I got to meet him for the first time, he was that. Like, that's who he was. What he was with you in the interview, he's so like high energy and so real. Yeah, there's a reason that his podcast is a big deal. Like, he's awesome.
Well, you're old school guys too. He talked about, the mentality of a football practice and a game back in the day versus what it is now. He said these guys are too nice. Like, he said he was coaching high school for 5 years, and he goes, I don't want to hurt him. I might hurt myself. Get the fuck off the field. All right. It is crazy to think about what you had to do for a living for a long time, busting your fingers, obviously looking like a deformed creature and everything like that, and what you did for your brain and your jaw and your body. Hey, we appreciate your service, sir.
Thank you, AJ. Thank you. Thank you for your service and what you did for football.
No, I didn't do shit. Literally stood there, watched, and then walked out
Most
there.
important play in football.
Well, I agree. For the outcome of the game, right behind turnovers, field position is the number 2 step. Well, score is the number 1 stat.
Right.
That is a determiner of who wins the game. Then turnovers. Then if you look at the field position, that's probably going to tell you who won the game, if I had to guess.
And they did change the kickoff. I mean, that cannot go unsaid as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, probably because I was laying too much lumber. But hey, how many years did you play for?
11.
That's so long. Jeez. How many games did you miss?
I mean, I guess officially, I didn't dress for one when I was hurt.
Oh, well, how about that one game against the Eagles when you were too slow for the scheme?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I registered a game there. I was dressed and I got in there a little bit.
Okay. What year was that?
Our Super Bowl year, whatever year that is.
Third year?
2010 season.
Yeah.
So what's that, 4th year, 3rd year?
My 5th year was the Super Bowl year.
I love the fact that the D coordinator said, AJ's not fast enough to be on the field. AJ. All right, we're going to do this. So we're going to be without you. How did that whole thing go? Did you get back on the field next game?
I started playing a decent amount the next game, and then obviously, then we had a lot of injuries too. That was another reason why I got plugged in more too. But yeah, that whole year we had 25 dudes on IR that year.
Jeez. All right, let's start talking about some current NFL stuff. Just know that we appreciate your service, AJ.
Thanks. I wouldn't change anything. I don't have any regrets.
Well, way to go, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
Speaking of AJ's, AJ Brown allegedly in the middle of a conversation for an extension with the Tennessee Titans. He's about to get paid well via Diana Rossini. Diana Rossini, who was plugged into a lot of different situations around the NFL, including the Tennessee Titans. I believe she had Julio Jones to the Titans before anybody else. Says that both sides are working towards an extension for AJ Brown to remain a Titan for a long time. This comes after AJ Brown had removed Tennessee from his location part of his Twitter bio. Yeah, Tennessee is where he was. And then if you look what it became, he ain't nowhere. Okay, it's just no options, no intro, no bio, no nothing. So this is all potential.
This is kind of like step 2 of negotiations, right? Now in 2022, you got to unfollow or do something online that shows that you are not on board with where you are.
Bingo. This is a leverage play from A.J. Brown, who also came out publicly to bury some of the Titans fans who said he was a diva and a bad teammate because he didn't want to go to voluntary OTAs until he had a new deal like everybody else around him seemed to have. He said, do what you have to do then. And so will I. Delete Tennessee right out of the Twitter bio. And then now they're working on an extension via Diana Rossini. What are your thoughts on this, AJ? AJ Brown, obviously a stud, deserves to get paid. Will it happen before the draft, after the draft, before the season? Who knows, I guess.
If I was him, I'd want it to happen before, I guess as soon as possible if they come up to what your number is. But what is that number? We know guys are getting absolute massive deals now at the receiver position.
Vrabel said he loved A.J. Brown, didn't he?
Yeah. Of course they love him. Well, I know we say that salary cap doesn't matter, but still, whoever is running the salary cap there has to think about that.
So there's a whole conversation about that we will get to from Jeremy Fowler and his report. Let's stick on this one, though. Allegedly via sources, Diana Rossini also reported that somebody said that there are people who are – it's no secret that Brown is truly the only playmaker on the team via sources through Diana Rossini. Derrick Henry needs the offensive line to block, obviously. Brown only needs the ball thrown his way. He creates his own production. There's a difference between a productive player and a playmaker, and Brown is both a productive player and a playmaker in his own right. Makes sense. Needs Tannehill to throw him the ball. Needs the offensive line to give Tannehill
Whose
enough.
quote is this?
We don't know. This is just via sources.
Okay.
So we don't know. We don't know if it was a part of the A.J. Brown team.
I thought it was Diana Rossini for a second saying that.
No, she put quotes around it. So, there's quotations there. Boom. We had the same conversation before we went on air. This is via sources. She wrote about all this at...
I believe it's mydiary.dianarossini /something-else.com.
So she has her own website, I believe, where she writes on. And she's a good writer, by the way.
She is a good writer.
Good writer, good inside sources. It's mydiary.
Maybe Diana Rossini .something-else.com.
Why is she not writing on ESPN.com? I guess that's a whole nother conversation.
That's what I was wondering.
Whether she wants to or doesn't want to. Maybe she wants to run her own thing or they don't want her to do that. Then why they block our domain from the emails?
Ooh. Yeah.
You know?
That's a good question.
What do you mean?
Nobody from our business's email account can get an email through to ESPN.
Oh, I didn't know that. So you guys making burner accounts?
No, we just found out this morning. And to be honest, the way we found out was something much bigger than sports.
That's right. Yeah, it was.
It's much bigger.
It's because of Bruce.
Yeah.
So they block. Anyways, let Diana on the fucking site. She's a good writer.
Yeah.
What are we even doing? Or maybe she doesn't want to. Maybe she's running her own thing. Whatever the case, she seems to believe that A.J. Brown and the Titans are about to get something done in the near future, which is great news for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, he is. He's unbelievable. And that's what you look at these things. I don't understand how. I mean, we even play this game, but they can't let him go. The Titans, they might not want to give him what he is going to ask for, but they don't really have an option. It's not like you can let him walk. I mean, I suppose you could trade him and get good value for him in return, but
come to the Colts.
They need him. They need him very badly, and he's super young, and he's incredibly explosive. What else are they going to do?
And everybody around him has gotten paid. Can you pull up the graphic with Deontay Johnson at the top of it? So Deontay Johnson also allegedly not showing up to voluntary workouts, but then he tweeted, that's fake news. This entire draft class here, 2019 draft class, is fucking stacked. This actually might have been the start of like wide receiver draft classes just being very good with the new era of 7-on-7s and content being king and, you know, people training their feet to be better just as content, also making them incredible wide receivers. Deontay Johnson, Terry McLaurin, DK Metcalf, Hunter Renfrow, Marquise Brown, AJ Brown, Noah Fant, Debo Samuel, TJ Hawkinson, and Mecole Hardman. I mean, this is an absolutely stacked draft class. And Deontay Johnson has the most receptions out of all of them. Ooh. He is allegedly missing, but then he said that's fake news, so who knows how that whole thing goes. But every one of these dudes wants to get paid. And I can see how every team would be forced to almost pay them, including the Pittsburgh Steelers and Deontay.
Yeah, Deontay on his rookie contract has made like $3 million over his first 3 seasons. And he's had, I think he had 50 receptions this rookie, 90 his second. He had 110, I think, last year. So, yeah, he's coming up here. And it was rumored during the season that he was looking for about 15 a year. But now after this offseason, now when everyone's getting 20, I assume he's looking for that type of number because his production. Now Steelers fans will say he dropped 5 last year, he dropped 13 the year before. That was a big thing with him. But I assume, like, if you want him, you're going to have to pay him.
Well, Ben Roethlisberger was throwing him dimes. I see.
Oh, yeah.
Seeds.
Oh, yeah.
Absolute dimes. Yeah, he's fucking.
Does Pittsburgh do that? Do they usually like pay a guy before they have to?
No.
No, but does anybody do anything anymore? And let's get to Jeremy Fowler's report now on the salary cap, because this is becoming a conversation on who acts however they act. The salary cap is and isn't real depending on whom you ask. So Jeremy Fowler walked around the owners' meetings and just asked everybody a bunch of questions about a bunch of shit, the salary cap being one of them. At the annual owners meeting 2 weeks ago, I asked several front office executives. Oh, here he goes. This is literally him explaining what I just explained. On background, if they believe the salary cap was real or not. Because we have been pushing hard that the salary cap is not real, and a lot of teams have been acting as if the salary cap is not real. So we've been pushing that. At least 2 of them flat out said, no, the salary cap is not real. They considered it an accounting tool of sorts or guide to determine which players can or cannot be replaced, but not a major deterrent to any big picture plans. One AFC executive even called the salary cap malleable or pliable, something that can be shaped to accommodate a desired outcome. Want to add one more star player? Prorate more signing bonus money with other contracts or add voidable years to new deals. Voidable years are the tactic in which they can dump money into it, even though it's not even a part of the contract. So it lowers the salary cap hit of all the years prior to the voidable years. But as one NFL GM pointed out, the bill is always due eventually. So the salary cap should make difficult choices rather clear cut. That one GM that pointed that out is the one that believes it's real. Because the people that believe it's real, they're always like, oh, you can kick the can down the road, but you're going to have to answer eventually. And the people that don't think it's real, like, yeah, fuck it. Once we get to the can down the road, guess what we're going to do? We're going to kick that thing again, and we're just going to restart this entire notion. It's fascinating. We're in a changing of the time right now and how teams are constructed, how teams are put together. Deontay Johnson's asking for money because he knows there's a team out there that doesn't give a fuck about money that will pay him, and that's probably how everybody's thinking about it right now, AJ.
Well, don't you think this report by Jeremy Fowler just confirms what you've been saying all along? Like,
yes,
that the salary cap is not real. Like, he has GMs that basically said that, and they just know, like, okay, you just have to know the language and how to work the numbers. And they always say, oh, well, you eventually got to pay the piper. Well, when? And what does that look like? It's just, that's dead money once that player is out of the league. Like, what does that mean?
Yeah, and what if the player retires out of nowhere? Is that what you got? If he gets hurt out of nowhere? Like, what is the ultimate Achilles heel of kicking the can down the road? I mean,
and then when that happens, when you have that dead money,
when the production doesn't meet the payment anymore. So when you have a situation like the Steelers had with Ben Roethlisberger, where he was owed $40 million, but his play was obviously not worthy of $40 million anymore. They had to do some restructuring and some configuring.
Yeah, but you can just kick it down the road again.
That's what everyone does. Yeah, they just give it to him in a bonus.
Like the Saints, like that happened with Drew Brees too. But the Saints, they saved $80 million this year, and they didn't cut anybody.
No, wasn't it $100 million in like 3 weeks?
Yeah, something like that.
They're like 71 over, and then they got $30 million underneath.
30 under.
You heard Bill Belichick say it with the Patriots too. Remember when Brady complained about not having enough weapons? Bill was kind of like, "Well, salary cap, we can't get anyone."
Yeah, it seems like the salary, and Jeremy Fowler actually alluded to that, how the salary cap is always just like almost an excuse for teams to kind of hold over the head of people that they don't necessarily want to pay money, but other places are able to figure it out. So the salary cap is a massive myth, and I will stand by that.
Yeah,
I will
like,
stand by it. It's all bullshit.
You've said this before too. Like, who gives a fuck if you win the Super Bowl? Like, you think the Rams, when they have to pay the piper in 5 years or whatever, they're gonna look back like, oh, that wasn't worth it. Like, no way. They won a Super Bowl. It happened with the Bucks when
Kroenke married into the Walmart family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Walmart family owns the Rams, about to own the Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
Good for Walmart, man. Just pushing some good shit.
Also, they're all operating under the same set of rules. So if a couple GMs are saying like, "Oh no, it doesn't exist. It's malleable. You can move it around," then that means that everyone could do that.
Or it means those two are wrong. All right, and who knows? Speaking of wrong, there is something that I've never been more right about. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now, the greatest heavyweight boxer of all time, standing at 6'9", and on Saturday he'll beat the fuck out of a man named Dillian White. Ladies and gentlemen, your WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury!
Back on my favourite show. How's he hanging, boys?
Hey.
Long and loose and full of juice.
That's right. It's fight week, Tyson. How we feeling? How do you feel on Tuesday here, a few days before the fight?
I'm feeling absolutely fucking fantastic. Can't wait to smash the fuck out of Dylan White's face.
Okay, quick question. I heard he didn't make the public workout today. He didn't make it to the press conference. What's this all about? Is he scared to see you? Do you think he's transforming his body? He doesn't want you to see him?
His ass is flapping like that. His asshole's twitching now, boys.
What's his camp been like, Tyson? What has it been like looking forward to it? I know whenever we talked to you last time, as this was getting kind of launched and you were going into fight camp, there was conversations of, is this going to be your last fight? Is it not going to be your last fight? You're enjoying this entire process. What has the camp been like, and how do you feel you are right now?
Camp's been really good. No complaints from me. I'm in absolutely fantastic shape. You know me, fat as ever, ready to rock and roll. Look here, I'm in great shape. Heavyweight champ, people.
You may look like that, or you act like it's a joke, but do you ever get tired? It seems like you legit don't get tired when you're boxing.
I'm like the Duracell bunny, baby. I just keep going.
Look at this graphic, though. We have a graphic that our guy Dirty made, and you have him in basically every single stat that seems to matter in the fight game. Obviously, we just saw the slim in tone, 277 pounds, 85-inch reach over to a 78-inch reach, 247-pound guy. Isn't this... Now, I don't want to talk too much shit because he's obviously a great fighter. He's getting an opportunity at the championship. 94,000 tickets sold at Wembley to see you do your thing. Tyson, 94, that's huge. What is this? I mean, this is one of your... This feels like you should kill this guy, right? Is this how we're all feeling in this type of thing?
You know what it is? It's a very tough fight. Dylan White's a good fighter. He's ranked #1 in the world by the WBC. He's the #1 ranked challenger. He's only had 2 losses in his 30-odd fights. Not underestimating him, but like you say, I'm definitely going to make mincemeat of this guy for sure. He's no different to all the guys I've fought before. Dangerous, big heavyweight with big power, but they all have been, and they've all wanted to do the same thing. They wanted to punch this good-looking face right in, bam, 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 but they never could do it. They still can't do it today. So I'm just going to prove yet again that I am the top dog in this division.
Well, we can't wait to watch on Saturday. The pay-per-view begins at 2 p.m. Eastern. I can't wait to dive in and watch it. Whenever you think about this fight, and I know, I mentioned it there, I alluded to it, and we're only a couple days away, so I don't want to ever think about your future because you got to handle your business right now. But there's everybody talking about your future seems to be a massive conflicting reports. Have you even thought about it, or is this everybody speculating about you from the outside of your camp looking in?
I think us three, as familiar faces, we know what I'm going to do when I retire. What did I tell you last time?
Oh, yeah, you're going to booze and then I think beat the shit out of your penis.
I'm going to get drunk. I'm going to get fucked up. What all good men should be doing.
Have you thought about that, though? Is this going to be your last fight, or is that all speculation from outside looking in?
You know, this is what I've said. I said this is going to be my final fight, and I'm going to have to get those rookie numbers of 7 times a day
up to 57 times a day while I'm not active boxing anymore. And we'll see where we can go with that, where we can take that.
Okay, so this can't go to the judges because I saw that there's no British judges allowed for this fight, whatever that means. There's going to be other judges from other places. How many, is that even a thought to you? No, you're trying to end this thing.
I'm trying to end this thing inside the distance. I'm trying to get him out of there from round 1 to round 12. Whether it happens in whatever round, we're going to do the business and get straight to the bar. In my vision, I just want to knock this sucker out, not even watch him hit the floor, leave the ring without being announced the winner, and go straight to the bar.
Hell yeah.
Hey, have you been super disciplined this fight camp? Obviously, that's why you want to get to the bar. How's the dieting been? I mean, you still got your gut, you still got your size, but how dialed in? What has camp been like here on a daily basis?
It's been pretty good. George, here. I'll bring my nutritionist into this. He can tell you, hey, who'd have thought it? The Gypsy King's got a nutritionist.
Let's go. It's 2022. 2022. Tyson Fury with a nutritionist.
2022.
Hey, George.
Hey, George.
Hey, what's going on, George?
Guys?
Hey, George. Hey, what's he been eating? Anything different this fight? What are we making him a full machine like?
Oh, man, it's simple. Red meat, salmon, chicken, just wholesome food, man. But we did it for 15 weeks this time, so he's in freaking great shape.
How many calories a day?
Look here.
How many calories a day? I know, you look so good. Look how good you look. How many calories a day, George?
I think it's around about 4,000 calories a day, I think I'm on.
How many training times a day?
Twice a day.
Cardio one, spar the other, or both?
Yep, cardio one, boxing the other, and then it'll be weights one, boxing the other. Always boxing, but varies between cardio and weights on your opposite days.
Hey, at this stage of the game, obviously 32 fights, 31 wins, 1 draw, the greatest heavyweight of all time in everybody's eyes. Are you still getting better? Are you working on things for this specific?
We are trying. We're trying to get better and better every single time. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but you should see this old dog work in the gym, working on new tricks every single day.
Do you watch film on this guy or no?
Not really. You know, all these guys do pretty much the same thing. They're all going to try and punch me in the face, punch me in the belly. But it's my job not to let that happen.
Oh, that's amazing. Go ahead, Ty.
Tyson, are every single one of your fight camps like exactly the same? You kind of said how all these guys are doing the same thing, and you're obviously supremely confident. But like, will you do anything different going in, or like training wise? Are you just doing the same thing before every single fight?
No, we do different stuff at different times. For this one, we've been doing a lot of golf practicing, hitting the balls like 250 yards, 300 yards. Me and my trainer, Sugar Hill, we've been out on the driving range a lot, shooting 100 balls like every other day to try and build that power up on the rotation of the hips. But that's a training secret. Not a lot of people know about that. But actually, swinging that golf club improves your force of your punch speed.
Did you get that from Canelo?
Nope, never got it from Canelo. We just thought it would help, you know, hitting the ball, driving it farther and farther, trying to get it as far as you can. I do see Canelo plays a little bit of golf, but I don't actually play the golf so much these days. But I've been knocking them balls a long way.
Hey, any of the other high-level do you talk to any other high-level boxers while you're training or going through? Is that something that happens in the boxing world?
Yeah. Yeah. You speak to guys, yeah.
What do you get? Do you try to get some things out of people? Do people ask you for stuff? I assume that's something that a lot of people come to you for.
People really want to know about the masturbation from me. That's what they mainly want to know. And I read an article recently that this doctor guy, he did like research on it. And he said it actually helps with endurance and it would work. So, yeah, 10 points for me, brownie points.
Hey, look at you. You're ahead of the goddamn game. You were a social experiment to yourself, became world champion, and said, hey, doctors, why don't you look into this salami beating? You're still doing that, though, to this day. You're 7 times a day.
I'm still 7 times a day.
Oh, Dylan's got no fucking shot. No shot, this guy.
7 times a day.
Hey,
and extras on a Sunday.
Night before, you sleep like a baby night before the fight?
I sleep like an absolute baby.
What's the...
A lot of people don't. A lot of people are up all night. They wake up early. But me, I sleep like a baby. I try and sleep until about 10 a.m. And then, roll downstairs, have a full American breakfast, steak, eggs. Oof.
Casual, huh? You're just super calm before the fight, huh? Super calm, relaxed, having a good time?
Yeah, super calm. Changing room. We got music on in there. You see me dancing, singing songs. We're gonna go out and party. We'll go out and have fun. This is what we worked hard for, to enjoy the night.
At what stage were you, because you said you came into the world basically boxing, at what stage did you get to the mental where it's like, hey, this is fun, as opposed to like nerve-wracking, which I assume everybody that fights you is scared to fucking death?
Yeah, it became as easy as it is for me now. Around about 10 years ago, I think it was like, it's a build-up of ultimate confidence and the victories that keep coming and coming and coming. So now I'm just enjoying every day at the office. Like you guys look like you have an absolute ball at your job. I do at mine. I actually have great time in the corner in between rounds, joking, messing around.
Hey, you keep your head moving at all times. And I think I told you this the last time we talked to you. I didn't know of your existence until recently, and I'm fucking pissed about it, especially because you're retiring. But you're an electrifying fighter, and you're always moving. For how big you are, you seem to have more energy. Is that all day you're working like that? Are you naturally a fidgety guy, or is that an actual...
Yeah, that's usually that motion, though.
All fighting, you just boxing like that. But you do seem to move at all times. You never get tired. It's a real phenomenon to watch. I think you're one-on-one and will be forever.
Yeah, I think it's like a natural built-in big lung capacity where I'm able to keep going and not get so tired like the rest of the guys. And like I say, I don't have a lot of muscle on me, so muscle eats up your oxygen levels in your body. So mine's, instead of muscle, I've got a lot of fat. So the fat takes less oxygen than the muscle. So people should try it. They should try coming in fat rather than muscular.
Yeah, Dylan, come on. Come on, Dylan, come on. Get fat. Stop working out. Get a little fatter. John Daly also said you can't pull fat. Sure. So, I mean, that's an amazing thing. You're always more healthy. Go ahead, Tone.
Tyson, does it mean more that it's in Wembley and not in Vegas or somewhere else in the U.S. now that you're back on your turf?
I love Las Vegas. It's been a home to me for the last 4 years. It's been absolutely fantastic working out there and fighting there and topping the bill. But, Wembley Stadium is probably one of the biggest stadiums in the world. Massive crowd, biggest crowd since pre-World War, 94,000 people. So it's absolutely fantastic to be in the capital city of England and sold out 94,000. And Ticketmaster said that. Here was their quote. Tyson Fury is a rock star. He could have sold out 3 Wembley stadiums.
Man, that has to feel good. Doesn't that have to feel good that people love you?
It feels great, it feels great. But it hasn't always been like this. I had to go away, earn me dues, work over in America, and come back as a folk hero to the UK.
Well, I'm happy and proud that you did. I think you should be proud that you did as well, man. A fucking great story. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Tyson, if you're going straight to the bar after the fight, are we not going to get any singing in the ring after, or are we going to get that probably later on when you're enjoying a few pops?
You will definitely get me to sing in the ring. I'm going to sing with 94,000 people there. I've got to sing them a song. But then I will be going to the bar and getting absolutely shit-faced.
I can't wait to hear the legendary tales. And I know, speaking of legendary tales, Gloves Off, the autobiography of Tyson Fury comes out in November. How was that whole process? Pretty retrospective? Looking inside a lot?
It's been good because I already did 2 books before. I did the autobiography, Behind the Mask, and then I did... the other one, which was a fitness book and like a mental health book. But this one's like a tweaking of them all, and it goes real deep into the life and what it's like in the life of a champion and all that stuff. So it's been a lot of work and effort's gone into that 3rd book.
Well, we can't wait to read it, and we're very appreciative of everything you've sacrificed, by the way, for our entertainment. Can't wait to watch on Saturday. Hey, let's knock that guy out, huh?
Yeah.
Let's go out over the back. Yeah, let's go beat our dicks. Yeah, pow! I masturbated 7 times a day for this one. Boom!
I'm going to hit him with the right hand, the masturbation arm. Boom! Like a bionic arm.
You're the best. We appreciate you. Good luck on Saturday.
Listen, guys, always love the show. Big respect to everybody, and keep doing what you're doing. I love the show. Great conversations.
Can't wait to have some pints with you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen,
all the best.
Tyson
the
Fury.
beers are on me when I'm back.
Okay, all right, you got it. Okay, you got it. Cheers. Good luck out there, champ. Man, One of one. 6'9".
One original guy.
6'9", 377, just moving for a full fight, by the way. The other person, you see them getting like super tired, their arms are getting heavy later. He's like moving even more late. And all that takes up energy. And I love the fact that he's eating, 4,000 calories a day. He's got a nutritionist, and the first thing he wants to show, look at his big belly that he's actually going to, by the way, put onto Dylan White's back on like numerous parts of the fight. Like, oh, go ahead and feel this 50-pound weight advantage I have on your back while we grapple. Like, that's an actual strategy that he uses in the fights. I love that guy. I fucking love him.
I don't know when the first time I saw him fight, but I remember seeing him like, this guy is supposed to be like one of the best. And then you see him move, and then you watch him. The dude can get knocked out and get back up and still win a round, basically. So he's a freak.
Yeah, he's absolutely freak. The first time I saw him was the Deontay Wilder fight. Yeah. I was not happy about it at all. I'm like, where the fuck have I been? How did I miss this guy? We got the greatest fighter of all time. This guy's electrifying. I started hearing stories about him. I'm like, how did I not know this guy existed? How'd the world not let us know? I think because his story is so like, like on, off. He's been like bred to be a fighter basically his whole life, and he's become the champion. He's experienced the super highs and experienced the super lows. Now it's like he's in a great spot, and I can't wait to watch.
Yeah, we knew it right away in that fight too, because he came out, he was getting carried on that like old school king throne. Yeah, and then Wilder came out on like a 48-pound football pads, and that was all she wrote.
Yeah, I don't know if that would have helped Deontay Wilder, and I want to let everybody know that I bet on Deontay Wilder because it was an American going over England.
He wore the heavy stuff. He blamed the heavy garb on his entrance.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, though. Like, I think we all watched the fight. Like,
wouldn't matter.
Fury's a freak.
I put a lot of money on the American going in there and beating the fuck out of the English guy just strictly because I'm an American. And if I was said American, I would want other Americans to be like, hey, I'm going in to fight fucking England right now.
Let's go.
And I backed him heavily. And then literally, I think it was 10 seconds in the first round. It was 10 seconds in the first round. I think I was like, oh my God, what is this thing?
I've made a massive mistake.
He was so much bigger.
What is this thing?
So much faster. And he looked like to be so calm. And
He's
then
so awkward too. It's like, and I guess when you listen to real boxing people talk, like they say his footwork and everything is so unique and also like so perfect.
I don't want to act like I know shit about fucking the boxing world, but I do box a lot of people, okay, in virtual reality. When you move your head, it's like impossible to get a full... Like, it's trying to hit a moving target, obviously, much harder than somebody that's just fucking sitting there. So, like, him doing that, that's just his natural movement is like, nah, it's like
in the 12th round, though. In the 12th round, it's almost like as the fight goes, he gets better and better.
It's unbelievable. He was picking them apart. I'm like, our guy is dead. Yeah. Our guy is fucking dead. We won the entrance.
Yeah.
We won the entrance. I was like, yep, that's what we do. That's what we do. Look at the fucking fit old buddy came out with. And then 10 seconds in, it was like, this is a different animal. His arms go down to like his fucking knees.
Yeah.
And he's just throwing jabs like from across the ring to people. It's unbelievable to watch him.
Well, and you mentioned 101, like, look at all the guys he's fought. Like, they're chiseled out of granite. Like, you're not supposed to look the way he is and be the best in the world. Like, he really is one of one. Like, you don't see anyone else look the way he does in a boxing ring.
And he's going to go drink 75 pints afterwards.
Yeah.
And sing karaoke.
Walking in Memphis.
Yeah, everybody. We should be there for that. What are we doing?
Yeah.
We're not that close.
Where is it? What network?
What's that?
What network is it on?
I think it's on BT Sport Pay-Per-View, I think was what I was reading. I don't know if that's over here or not, though.
I think ESPN Plus has it as well.
Okay, ESPN Plus. Which, by the way, we cannot email them.
Oh, yeah. We actually might not even be able to order
What is that? How does that work?
I don't know. Everybody act like it was normal out here. Oh, they must have blocked our domain. I'm like,
seriously, though, my company email is my ESPN Plus account. I wonder if I will not be able to order the fight on Saturday.
Blocked our domain. That's awesome.
Why?
Who makes that decision?
I don't know. I'm excited about it. Whoever it is.
Absolute suit. Yeah.
Whatever.
Bad gambler.
Whatever, dude.
Definitely a bad guy.
I'm gonna text my
silence you.
No, I don't. I understand what is that? Why is that? You think?
No clue.
Were you guys spamming them?
Yeah, that's something. That's something we would do. Yeah, we have a lot of time. We have enough time.
Maybe whoever,
Actually,
maybe someone remember the whole
virus.
big wet butt situation. Maybe someone accidentally sent a link over there.
It's kind of the other way around. I went through and looked at ESPN. They've had a lot of requests to use stuff from the show to put on the family of networks.
Yeah. How they can email us?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
You could block incoming, yeah.
Ask for shit.
Block them.
I didn't even know this was possible. I'd like to block some people.
Yeah.
We could do it.
The Hawk House. I'm tired of the emails from this fucking man.
Block.
Axel shows up fucking 2 a.m., 3 a.m.
Axel at hawkhouse.com.
Yeah. Need Hawk House blocked.
Yes.
Please.
HAUSE.
Jeez. Is that a new Chuck Berry shirt?
I don't know if this one's new or not.
You're the
That thing is brand spanking new.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
I mean, that's Chuck for sure in his glory, but yeah, I don't know if it's new.
All right, we're back in 4 minutes on the 5-hour energy phone line. 1-833-4 McAfee will answer some calls. I mean, there ain't shit going on.
James Garoppolo?
Jimmy Garoppolo, maybe going to be a Niner. We talked about that yesterday for a good amount of time.
Browns tanking.
Hugh Jackson, that investigation, we'll talk about that for sure, because that's in Ohio. I'd like to know how Ohio people feel about that. The owner might
Deshaun Watson showed up. First day, I saw a picture of him walking in the snow.
Well, I saw a tweet, and then I saw a reaction from the internet, which is going to happen.
Yeah.
That's going to be
Did
tough.
they struggle with it? I didn't check the reaction.
You know how you can block domains like ESPN did for ours for emails? You can turn off responses too. They might want to do that for every Deshaun Watson post from here until forever.
Right.
Something to think about.
Ezekiel last night.
Ezekiel passed the lie detector test.
Oh, he did. Congrats. I knew he would.
Yeah, we knew he would too.
Did they ask him some hard-hitting questions?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was only yes/no questions, obviously, and it ended with him putting his knee in the back of Chad Gable's head.
Hell yeah.
We're back in 4 minutes on the 5-hour energy phone line. Also, some breaking news. Holy hell, breaking news just happened.
Whoa.
Yeah, something big. We'll talk about it in 4 minutes. See ya.
All right.
It's not really breaking or big, but there's news in 4 minutes. See you next time.
It was a year or two ago at this point. You came on the Pat McAfee Show, which is our boss and our friend, our daily YouTube show. And Pat presented an opportunity for you because I know, and he knows, and everybody knows, you've been trying to score a goal in the NHL for close to 20 years now. And Pat said he would donate a large sum of money if you were able to put one in net.
You gotta clear like above everybody, right? And it's gonna be in straight line, so it's not easy. Yeah.
Hey, you get one this year? I'll give $100,000 to whatever foundation you want it to go to.
They'll get me trying every night now.
By the end of the season, unfortunately, you weren't able to make that happen, but I want to let you know the offer still stands. So from now till the end of your season, whenever that may be through the playoffs, if you're able to score a goal, I want to let you know that he's going to donate $150,000 to charity of your choice. So no pressure or anything.
Shooting anymore, eh?
If you guys get a little bit of a lead, I just wanted to let you know.
Wait till the playoffs to do it, Mark.
Yeah.
Huh? Do it in the playoffs. Make it count.
Make it count for real, yeah. Oh, jeez. That's good. I'll tell him thank you. That's very generous of him, and I'll try to get it done.
You know what my life consisted of yesterday after that game ended?
What's that?
Bunch of fucking clown emojis with mustaches burying me.
Oh, no.
I mean, burying. There's a bunch of, it was nonstop, same emoji. Sorry, last one. Maybe, says Penny Stotts. Just fire, Balky. There's another one. I'm here for this douche's meltdowns. A clown. Teal Tomahawk. And then Dahn, back and put respect on Jag's name when you talk about, because they're Colts kryptonite since the top 3 quarterback retired. AKA, man, y'all motherfuckers got the first pick in the draft again. Ain't nobody putting respect on you. You're not putting respect on your teams, and you got a clown as your fucking emoji. But this is what I actually kiss our teal asses. Good morning, Pat McAfee Show. Just a reminder, the Colts will not be in the playoffs. Matt Hole!
Come on, Matt.
This team has not been in the playoffs.
Come on.
And he is just right in sending this to me. This clown is right. Because what happened yesterday, after that game yesterday, and then it's not just.
Oh, my God.
By the way, it's not just clowns on the internet around Clown Town, Duval County.
Holy
okay,
shit.
this whole thing has kind of crept into our group text messages.
Absolutely.
So our group text messages this morning, as we're getting ready for the show, a lot's happening. You know, a lot of coaches were fired.
Yeah.
Flores, he won 8 of the last 9 games. See you later. Nagy, Zimmer, Fangio. I'm talking, there's a lot of big time news happening around the NFL that maybe we could talk about instead of the Colts thing, but no. Even in the group text, they just sent this over like 20 minutes ago. A perfect QBR, 100.
Okay.
Average QBR, 50.
Makes sense.
So it's not like great. Its average would be 70s,
right.
70s or whatever. In the NFL quarterback QBR, 50 is the average. In a play-in game, okay, which I didn't know it was. I assume they did.
Yeah, I would guess they did.
Maybe.
And last week, by the way, against the Raiders was as well, I guess.
Right.
I mean, and how's your family? What a fucking win. We will talk about that.
Yeah.
Because Staley's ended up on the side of a stat that isn't that great, but it'll be ignored because the greater stats say something different. Whatever.
Stat that.
Stat that.
Stat that.
That was actual. They're not like your bullshit.
Well, I still think mine are.
In a playing game against the worst team in football, number one pick again.
Yep.
Carson Wentz posted a QBR of 4.4. What are we doing?
Yikes.
Is that a real number?
I don't know where the 4.4 came from, to be honest, after watching.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there was a completion or two out there, but what the fuck happened? Today's show is brought to you by the best ticket app on planet Earth and
The Moon.
That was pretty good. Hey, that was really good there.
Choreographed.
I feel like, yeah, very choreographed.
We did it 8 times before the show started.
Yeah, well, you guys practice a little bit?
Yeah, a
Just to
little
get
bit.
it down.
Come a little louder on the ooh, you know. Who's directing that and when it's happening? Are you a director?
Sometimes Diggs will take the reins. Sometimes Connor will.
Yeah, who has the golden ear? You know what I mean? Because who knows what we need to hear and what we don't need to hear. Does anybody ever say no, not a good moon drop there? Or?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes AJ, he'll FaceTime in just because he has like the outside perspective.
Do you guys practice any other words like boom or anything else like that, or is it always moon?
Moon. Sometimes drop the N and just moon.
How come Gumpy doesn't get in on the moon chant? That seems like something. That's like right in his.
Yeah,
Just right down his alley.
That's the standard back there.
SeatGeek, the greatest ticket buying app on planet Earth, and
The moon.
not as much enthusiasm on that one.
Yeah.
I thought-
Gumpy
Kinda
was really
feel
going
like-
to come in
I
and
thought,
crescendo.
Yeah, we thought it was like harmony.
We didn't rehearse with Gumpy, so that's why it was.
Something to think about, though.
Let's go to a break. Let's come back.
Okay.
Can I put just the name of the show on?
Bumper.
All right, ready?
We know Gump doesn't do sound check.
All right, we're in commercial break right now, please. And hey, welcome back to the show. Today's video is sponsored by the best ticket buying app on planet Earth and
The moon.
That was going a little early on you, AJ. Okay, maybe it's the delay because you're in Ohio. OH.
What about it?
This is your weekly reminder that listeners of this show and watchers of this show get 10% off at the link in our description here at youtube.com/the Pat McAfee Show. The NBA playoffs are here. The NHL playoffs are coming up. Baseball's rolling. And there's concerts happening all over the place.
Hell yeah.
And with public mask mandates gone, we beat COVID. Get out there and live a little.
Bingo.
Now, I'm not saying that COVID's not going to exist anymore like that.
Yeah,
We're just saying that life being infringed upon mightily by that son of a bitch COVID seems to be in our rear view mirror. Get out and live a little with our friends at SeatGeek. You get 10% off whenever you use the link in the description, whether you shopped at SeatGeek before or not. SeatGeek seating chart will make sure you're getting the best value for your buck every single time. Just hit the link in the description next time you buy some tickets. You won't get catfished. They have like a scale on there whether or not it's a good value for the ticket or a bad value for the ticket. They'll even let you know, like, hey, if you need the ticket, here it is. But it's not a great price versus where you can get it from somewhere else because they have AI that scans the entire internet and lets you know what you're doing.
That's right.
Next level.
Shout out to SeatGeek, our first ever partner, by the way, SeatGeek. Old ticket stooge.
Hey, speaking of catfishing, did they ever get to the bottom of the whole Manti Te'o situation? Like, what was that?
Yeah, it was just one big mistake. I don't think anybody's ever really talked to Manti Te'o about it, but Chip Kelly might have been involved in that entire thing.
Ooh. Really?
Brian Kelly.
Can't rule out Brian Kelly.
Wait, why can he not roll out his head coach?
Well, he's got a fucking burner account, Stinky 7401253 or something like that.
That's right.
Stinky.
So that thing's been getting a little bit more active, by the way. Stinky has 93 followers now, only
Wow.
following 0 people. So they gave away.
Eliminated him.
Damn.
Yep.
You know what I mean, AJ?
Learn the game.
Yeah, I guess.
You've seen guys get catfished though in the NFL as the technology.
Not to that extent. Not like that, though.
No, not falling in love and getting married and having to make up a whole lie. Yeah, none of that.
Didn't his fate? She died, right?
Yeah, she was dead. Yeah, which was a shame because his dad was actually finally, pretty. What was the name of the girl?
Kukui or something.
Anyways, it was a match made in heaven. Just turns out didn't exist. go. That's tough.
Brian Kelly did it to keep Manti Te'o
focused.
Yep.
So he didn't hit the streets.
No.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So maybe what if Brian Kelly was running the actual account of Lele Tutu?
Crazier
What if
things have
that came
happened.
out?
That's next
Hey,
level.
if you watch more film, that would really turn me on. That'd be awesome. I say, you got it. You know,
Okay.
go run some extra hundos. That would really get me moist. Brian Kelly type that.
Terrible.
That
I mean, hey,
we don't know.
it's valid theory, I guess.
We don't know.
Very valid. What happened?
With Brian Kelly, you literally have no idea what to expect.
No, you don't.
You
I mean, you got to
got
motivate your players however you can. So if you could pose as a female and say, you know what turns me on is if you go watch that 3rd and short tape again.
Boom.
Then that coach, I guess maybe he's like 10 steps ahead of us.
How much does that coach learn about his player too? Whenever he goes and does it, and all of a sudden he gets better and better and better, and then when do we stop this? Like, hey, I'll get married to you if you go, I don't know, 14, 15 extra strength and conditioning things.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how do you bring out the best in your player? That is one avenue. I don't know if any other people are going to enact it, but I do think Brian Kelly might have done that to Manti Te'o, and I'm happy you brought that up so we could kind of clear the air.
Good to put a pin in that one, as they say.
You know, dudes did get catfished, though, as the evolution of technology and guys not being able to really go out in cities because everybody has
Do you think in person, though, does it get to the point where it gets in person that, like, I feel like guys get catfished a lot, but it usually figured out before they actually meet up.
No, I've seen some younger bucks that
I mean, can't you do like wouldn't they FaceTime them or something?
Yeah, but it's like, I think what happened was guys in cities, you know, so you get to a new city, you're on a team, you can't go out because there's cameras on everybody's phone, so it's like a whole new existence. Then you meet with somebody who has the greatest photo that they've ever had. And by the way, the guys are putting their best photos on there too. Like, I'm not, the guys that I was with, I'm like, that's not you actually. Like, that's not what
You mean like, but there's a difference between someone that looks maybe a little different than their picture and someone that's a completely different person.
Well, I mean,
right?
a little different. I mean, how are we judging a little bit different? Because I've seen some pictures of what was expected for a couple guys and then what showed up. And I'll tell you what, that ain't a little different. That seems to be a very different person. And who's the bad person then? You know, who's the?
Yeah, you don't want to. Who would want to be put in that spot to where you show up and they're like, and they're disappointed? You want to be in that spot?
I'm very happy that I am not a single man in this era. Like, very, the amount of filters and everything that can happen.
The person doing the catfishing, though, I feel like that would be a sad situation to show up and like realize, hey, I've been fooling this person.
Well, obviously, we seen that with Neil.
Yeah.
And catfish. All the people doing the catfish, and they somehow at the end turn babyface because their lives are so terrible and despicable. They're scared to be themselves. Everybody's like, oh, I feel bad. You just fucked over everybody, but sorry about it. You know what I mean? Like, it is. That whole situation's interesting. And humans aren't the only thing catfishing. A lot of businesses are catfishing these days, too.
That's right.
A lot of businesses are acting like they are something that they are not, including Airbnb. These motherfuckers. Houses we've been going to, fucking catfish all the time. Oh, fisheye lens. I think they're doing editing so you can't even tell it's a fisheye lens. It just looks like one standard photo. We're getting fucked. Fuck.
Really?
It's absolute bullshit.
Down in Dallas, we got screwed down there.
You got to read those reviews, man.
Wow.
They fill out the reviews themselves.
Yeah, they make up a stinky
That should be a
720.
crime if it's not.
Stinky 720-1453 says, oh, this coach is the best coach in town.
Yeah.
That's basically what Stinky 720-1543 is saying. Let's go to the 5 Energy phone line. Let's go to Hunter in Maryland. What are you hunting, Hunter?
Hey, Pat, big fan.
Hey, big fan of yours as well, man. What part of Maryland?
Hey, we're over in Goship, Maryland.
Never heard of
Beautiful.
it. Sounds great. Sounds great. Thanks for the call from Goship, Maryland. What do you want to talk about, Paul?
Hey, Pat, big fan. So I'm just wondering, ever since you beat up that scumbag Austin Theory at WrestleMania, seems like you've been doing a bit of a victory lap. I've seen him in the gym every day, though, curling 120s, hitting 1,000 on the pitch shark.
Didn't you say you
just
beat
wondering
him
if you're
off?
staying ready.
Hunter, thank you for bringing that up. I did make him better, okay? I beat the Austin off of Theory's name.
Bingo.
right.
Okay? All right, he's just Theory.
What did you say it again?
I beat the Austin off of his name.
Okay.
He's just Theory now. But he is. He's been working out a lot more, I think. He's been trying to dial it in a little bit more. He's still the same, arrogant, insufferable type guy. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, he's very attractive, very young, very talented in the ring. Now he's the United States champion. Congrats to him. You know what I mean? We're talking about how Ezekiel passed the lie detector test last night. We didn't even mention Theory's the new United States champion.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Ipso facto.
Congrats. Is Vince still on the side?
Yeah, he came out and did the whole hand thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but I thought Vince was my guy.
Yeah, what the hell?
What do you mean you fought him?
Well, I asked him. I was like, "You want some of this too?" Because the whole what happened on Friday Night SmackDown, he was, I'm like, "The fuck,
the hell, dude!"
He kicked a football through my goddamn rib cage, through my ribs. I can't breathe still to this day. People wonder why I got so tired after I was dancing from the mask mandate being voided yesterday.
Wasn't COVID?
No, it wasn't long COVID. I'm turning out. It's because I got 3 fucking broken ribs from that punt.
Good deal. Cartilage floating around in there as well.
I've always said the football punt is the most dangerous thing in the history of sports.
That's right.
It took me out.
Yeah, you'll never be the same.
Maybe, hopefully, these ribs will heal. Did you ever have any cracked ribs or lungs and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean a little bit here and there. Yeah, nothing. I didn't have it from a billionaire punting a football into my ribs, but yeah.
Well, obviously not. I'm just trying to talk about the injury, not the act. Fuck
Well, you should get like if you do like say you're disabled for life in that region, get Vince's face tattooed right there.
Oh, right next to my heart. Because if the heart's in the middle too, right? That was a
Great
lie.
story.
It's slightly to the left side.
No, I think it's bigger on the left side. I think it's low. I don't know.
I
thought
can't
it was
feel
center.
I can't feel my heartbeat
in the
over
middle,
here, but
right?
I can feel over here.
I think it's in the middle.
Centrally located.
Yeah.
Because I was always told it was left side. That's why you cover your left hip.
Right.
Mine's definitely.
Didn't Travolta stab the lady with the needle directly in the middle where her heart was in Pulp Fiction?
Yes.
Yeah. And that's also what they do, the 3 fingers down from the sternum.
Yeah.
And then that's where you do the staying alive, staying alive, staying alive. That's what you got to do while you're doing CPR. Yeah.
Has anyone in any of the boys ever had to do that for anybody?
Well, I did it on a fake body in the airport, and I got a certificate.
Yep.
Whoa.
I did certified.
Let's go.
Did it on Real Human on a cruise?
No, when I was working at a gym.
How'd it go?
Actually, if I guess he had a heart pacer or the pacer thing. Almost killed the guy.
Yeah. Well, you tried though to keep him alive.
Zito, we found out a couple weeks ago also that Zito was a camp counselor and didn't read any of the stuff and gave a bunch of kids peanuts, and they were highly allergic to peanuts.
Oh yeah, can't do the peanuts thing with a lot of kids. Yeah. How about planes opening back up without the mask? Are they allowed to eat peanuts again? Are they going to serve peanuts again to people?
They better.
I would assume. Hopefully, all operations go back to normal on planes, right?
I hope so. I mean, I seen a flight attendant singing and dancing, saying, "Go ahead and throw your mask right in this trash right here." Get rid of that shit. We're over. Yeah. Rest in peace to that son of a bitch COVID. Yeah. You know,
They have to be the most excited people.
Oh yeah, they were pumped up about it. Seemed like. But that lady that woke me up in the middle of my snooze to tell me that my mask was 1/8 of an inch below the tip of my nose, I'm sure she's pissed off because a little bit of power has been taken off of her plate. You know what I mean?
I'd say that's a safe bet.
Maybe she'll just retire, make the skies much better. You know, I hope that would happen. Maybe. Hey, there's people pissed off that this is happening. There's people telling me they're mad. I did not expect the backlash from them.
Really? See, I mean, I guess
doofus.
you really didn't see that. You didn't think like you'd have, I don't know, I don't know how many. We have no idea how many or what the outrage is, but you definitely know. No matter what happens, there's always going to be a group that hates it.
Listen, and I say this all the time. I have my blinders on, okay, in my life that I live, and it is, maybe not the most civic responsible way to live, but at some point I will try to broaden my horizon into the serious stuff. I just do what my world does, okay? I do the sports. I travel for WWE. I talk to people in my world. I don't do the public much. Did the public on Saturday. It was a good time.
Yeah,
Great time. Got to chat with people, but I'm very much in my own world, okay? I'm very much in there. I did not expect, because everything in my world, WWE included, when we travel to all of these cities, I travel all around the country in a lot of different political areas, and everybody's having a good time, no mask, in every single arena that we're in. It's sold out to the top. So I think in my dumb brain, which is what is in between my ears, I understand, right behind this massive beak, dumb brain, right back here, okay? I thought we're like, oh no, everybody's going to be pumped up about it. That is not the case. There are people still pissed off. They're like, oh, I'm fucking killing people. I did not know that was still happening, so I had to open up my blinders a little bit and welcome them into the view. That yesterday, I had to do that.
Good. That's good. I mean, but is there anything anywhere that would be even 90% people would agree with? anything.
Boneless wings are just chicken nuggets with hot sauce on them.
Nailed.
Bingo.
90%. Yep.
Ticker.
Maybe.
10-4, put on ticker.
But then the people that love real wings are going to say boneless wings aren't wings. Don't call them that.
Well, that's what I just did. Because I do love wings. And I think I love chicken nuggets too. And y'all motherfuckers are trying to take two things I like and make them into one. It's not. It's just one with hot sauce and the other is an actual wing. So I think people agree with that. Also, I think a lot of people agree that we don't know the back of our hands that well. You know, I thought about this the other day. I know that like the back of my hand. I don't fucking know the back of my hand. I realized that. Somebody told me.
Great point.
Yeah, I don't have a fucking clue what the back of my hand looks like. You put my hand down, separated from my body, put it in with 20 other hands, and I'm just walking around. There's no fucking chance I picked this one.
No.
But everybody seems to know shit like it. And I'm like, oh, so you don't know you know shit about fuck then? Because that's kind of what it is with the back of my hand. And by the way, back of right hand looks much different than back of left hand. So I need to get the details whenever people tell me they know shit like the back of the hand because I don't think that means anything. So
let's come up during the break. Come up with a new one that we can use.
Well, Tyson would say,
I know that like the and then insert your new one.
Tyson would be like, I know that like I know beating my penis.
Yeah. Yep. That's a good start.
7 times a day, that guy.
I don't know how he has the energy or the body fluids to do that.
Yeah, he's got to be shooting blanks, 3 in every single day, 4 in?
I would assume so.
No.
Unless he's producing more at a rapid rate because he's been going into the well a lot more than everybody else.
Isn't his penis just a piece of raw meat at the end of the day, though?
He's also larger. His cum sack's
true.
probably
Yeah.
much more
Probably
bulbous.
true.
Big son of a bitch, yeah.
Bulbous.
Is everything okay, AJ? We're trying to have a conversation here about baloney pop.
I know. Listen to Nick. Yeah.
Baloney
What do you say?
pop.
Long, strong, and full of juice.
Yeah.
Baloney pop. This must be baloney pop. Pop, pop, pop. Well, how come Will.i.am hasn't remixed that yet?
They will.
Is he still making music?
Bro, Saturday Night Live roasted that entire. Lizzo hosted on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I was going to go see the boys down at the Tin Whistle, but Lizzo was hosting, so I couldn't make it out of the house.
Makes sense.
I was a little bit
Excellent choice.
bummed. I planned on going, but Lizzo was hosting Saturday Night Live, so I'm not going anywhere. They just roasted Will.i.am and them for their song creation, as if they were in the studio. Yeah, it was hilarious. People in the place. Like, where are they? They're in the place. It was actually a pretty hilarious. I laughed, and that was the one where I was like, "Sorry about it, boys. Can't go to the Tin Whistle."
Damn, I didn't know they were roasting Will.i.am.
Yeah, that was like a good 4 or 5 minutes.
That thought for half an hour that you were gonna walk into that place fucking had me buzzing for about 2 full days, my friend.
I was texting with Goop, and I was like, "How is it down there?" Because we went golfing earlier in the day. I'm like, "I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna sleep." I'm not used to doing stuff here. This is very much a nap day. Then I go back, and the whole zoo's waiting on me, right? 4 cats, 2 dogs, a couple fish. I got to take care of all of them. Then I get into bed. I'm relaxing, take a little nap ski. It's a nice little weekend. The wife's out of town. I got the house here and all the animals. Take them out, take them on a walk. Go ahead and give treats so they won't annoy me for about 15, 20 minutes maybe. They'll finish that. Then they got to poop because they just ate the treats.
Yeah.
So then it's actually more work than what it actually was in the end. It's kind of a life lesson there, So then I sit down, I kind of nod off. The dogs are passed out too. I wake up and I send a text. I'm like, Gumpy, what's going on, pal? How you guys doing? He sends me a screenshot of Connor at the bar at Tin Roof. He's like, we made it. I was like, oh my God. And I was pretty wide awake at that point. The dogs were asleep. The cats were asleep. I'm like, what if I was just to fucking go down to the Tin Roof right now? I looked at Uber. How long does it take for an Uber to get to my house? It was 15 minutes. That's like the perfect amount of time for me to get up, shower, get my shit ready, and get in there. And Gumpy was like, please. He was sending me to please come down. I haven't been out in Indianapolis in years. I couldn't even imagine what that place would have been like if I walked in there and just started buying shots. I mean, it would have been upside.
Is it a bar or a club?
It's a Tin Roof, yeah. So it's live music. It's fucking where Connor and Gumpy live. Connor, Gumpy, and Bruce live in this place. Self-described shithole, though. That's what they say. This place is a shithole, but it is a great time.
So it's a good bar then. That's awesome.
Yeah, it sounds like a blast. I've never been, ever. Never, ever been. So I almost went, and then I saw Lizzo pop up, and I'm like, well, I can't wait. Sorry about it, boys. Lizzo's hosting Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm someone who loves shithole places.
Me too. By the way, that's why I was potentially thinking about coming.
Yeah. Maybe next time.
It's always packed, though, I guess, here in Indy. It's like, it has to be one of their best grossing Tin Roofs, because they have one in Nashville. They have a couple all over the place. Yeah, good times. I'm sweating. But
Kid Rock had a concert in Columbus.
Did you go?
No, Bob went, though.
Oh,
hell yeah.
Bob Carpenter smoking cigs in the arena, of course, singing alongside the Bob. What is it? Ain't nobody gonna tell me how to live. What a man. He's going to be president.
Yeah.
He's going to be president.
Bob will be vice.
Hell of a ticket.
Kid Rock, Bob. Richie, 2024. That's the next one, right? President, 2024?
Uh-huh.
What is going to happen?
I don't know. I don't pay attention close enough. I don't want to fucking know, but I assume the world's going to end.
Yeah.
It seems to always be the case.
Yeah.
Anytime anything
It's
happens,
gonna
the
be
world
bad.
ends. Yesterday, the mask thing. World's ending for some people.
Yeah.
I'm a doofus. We're celebrating.
Someone jumped off a plane because everyone started taking their masks off. They thought they had a better chance of living if they jumped out of the plane than being on the plane with them.
All right, we're back in 2 minutes with hour 3 on the other side. We'll answer some phone
I
calls.
want
and
to check that one.
We'll dive more into that fact that I do not believe is accurate, okay? Not on this program. See you in 2 minutes with hour 3. What happened?
What's up?
So what did he
What?
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
What?
Serious? What is this?
What just?
Oh, hey, you got one of these?
Holy shit!
Wow.
What the?
What is that? That ain't one of these.
What?
That ain't one of these.
This is Baby Belt 2.0. This is better than yours.
Whoa.
No, that ain't. Look. Hey, look at mine, AJ. Huh? That is this one. You got that little baby version. Look at that. You got a little baby Jesus title.
No. Oh, no. This has been my bracelet I've been wearing around the house lately.
Yeah, see, this ain't fitting around anybody.
No way.
Don't you worry about that. This is a thigh wrap. You know what are you doing?
Look, see, it's perfect. Right behind my bracelet.
That's good.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
while being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat
What the fuck are
McAfee
you
Show
doing?
starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to that show here on this glorious Tuesday, April 19th, 2022. My name's Pat. The show's named after me. I'm a lot. This guy to my left, your right, is AJ Hawk. He just peed under his desk into a bottle.
Yeah.
I can tell by the way you're shifting your body. We are back here for hour 3. Ty Schmidt and Boston Connor are holding down the toxic table. One half of the Hammer, Dahn Cowboys. Tone Diggs is here. There's no better way to start this hour and let AJ finish his piss underneath the table into the bottle that he bought from Amazon 2P while he's like, oh, he's doing
Squeezing
Both hands. I cannot be doing that. You know,
Gross.
I sprint down the stairs during breaks.
No hands, dude. Way to go. Waka Flocka will be very proud that you're peeing into a bottle. Thank you so much, Bill. It's very nice of you. I'm, getting a little parched over here, a little cotton mouth for whatever reason, but there is no better time than right now to dive into season 3, episode 4 of the sports show that has been absolutely taking over the globe. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for another riveting episode of T4 Tony Bucket's Tasty Tournament Time. Tell us about the NBA playoffs, Diggs. What has happened and what's going to happen? Take it away, pal.
Well, I can tell you, Pat, that the NBA playoffs just had their most watched weekend in the last 6 years.
Wow!
Yeah.
Way to go, association.
Yeah, pretty incredible situation that's going on with the NBA this last weekend. It was mostly favorites who won the games, though. The lone dog that won was Minnesota over Memphis, and they go back at it tonight. And fucking Jaw posted a meme of Michael Jordan sitting in his locker with a baseball bat. He's getting some good fucking cuts in, and he's talking about, it's easy to talk shit when you're up. It's not so easy to talk shit when the score is tied.
Place on fire?
Or
Call a
or
fire.
when you're wearing you down.
Candle.
So,
Come on,
we got
guys.
that matchup tonight we're looking forward to. The 76ers are absolutely...
Hey, John Morant's a dog.
The 76ers are absolutely dominating the Toronto Raptors. They're dealing with some injuries. fucking Embiid's a dog. Mavericks fucking on Jalen Brunson, 41 points from the guy last night with Luka out.
Right, the dog.
Fucking, so they're 1-1 in that series. Warriors are looking really good. Jokic doesn't have it. He's just, the tank is empty there.
Jeez.
You okay?
Yeah, everybody all right? Everybody take it easy, please.
Tonight we got Hawks and Heat. Heat dominated the Hawks. Hawks are dealing with a Capella injury there. T-Wolves in Memphis, that's what I'm talking about tonight. That'll be a good one tonight. That's one we're looking forward to quite a bit. And then Pelicans and Suns. Suns are dominating the Pelicans. And then tomorrow night, Nets and Celtics game 2 is probably one of the most anticipated round 1 game 2s
Where
in
is
a
it?
long time. That one will be in Boston again.
2-3-2, I believe, is the NBA series. 2 home, 3 away, then 2 home for the favorites, I believe.
I think that's just for the finals now. They changed it.
Oh, jeez.
Because I think it's
2-2-1-1.
2-2-1-1.
Follow up to T4, 2-2-1-1.
2-2-1-1-1.
Okay, smart, by the way. I think that's a smart decision.
Well,
Follow up, Kyrie Irving fined $50,000 for the middle finger via Sham Sharani, a friend of the show, broke 4 minutes ago. Brooklyn Nets star Kyrie Irving has been fined $50,000 for middle finger gestures to fans on Sunday in Boston, as well as profane language. So this does add the suck my dick afterwards that was caught into the fineage. The middle fingers both behind the head and jogging down the court, right hand slide to everybody, worth $50,000. Kyrie Irving, once again, lost like $100 million sitting out this season because he would not get a vaccine. Whenever the New York mandate was for anybody to work there, you'd have to get a vaccine. So I'd assume these $50,000 is going to go from Kyrie in a very positive way. Whatever, fucking take it.
Yeah.
And when's the next game for them?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? He said there's another $50,000 coming tomorrow. Here, Adam, here's $100,000 actually. Here's $50,000 for yesterday.
Yeah, they'll double it. If it's like the NFL, it's going to double.
Yeah, it's like the uniform fine started at like $5,000, then it went to like $20,000, then it's like $100,000, then it's $300,000 if you continue. That's what it was back in the day. Adam Silver, I mean, if he finds him, is he telling him he can't have any banter with the fans? Because that's bullshit. If that's
No, he's saying don't flick him off and probably just don't be as obvious with it.
Yeah.
So Ohio's flick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pittsburgh also flick. So Indiana must be where it starts with flip. Are you guys flip?
Flip in Iowa, yeah.
Yeah, so I think
What's out west? Like, is West Coast say flip?
Brah.
Yeah.
I said
Shakas, bro.
They're too nice.
Shaka.
What's Boston?
I'm not sure they do
I
that.
think they do both.
What do you guys say? You say flick, bro.
I think we say both. I've heard both from in Massachusetts.
What's the deal? Just a melting pot up there, huh?
Exactly. I mean, everyone just loves
What's
to go out
South
to
these days?
Boston.
Is it not flip him the bird and flick him off? Is that
Whoa.
different?
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I've never said flip the bird, though. I've always said flick him off.
Yeah.
Give him the bird.
Because I always said flip him the bird.
I do think if it's a bird, it is flipping.
Yeah, that's true, but
Well, you could flick a bird too, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could.
they don't
Tough.
like it, but
Well, it depends on what type of bird somebody,
they've been
Never
eating
know
good.
Which ones like it?
Huh?
Which ones like to be flipped?
There's freaky ones, dude. There's people that are in weird shit.
Yeah, the woodpeckers.
Yeah, woodpeckers.
Anyways, flip them off. I say it now because it's out here, but I came out as a flick off guy. I like the classic just flip off. What if he goes, yeah, you know, what if he does, what if he starts doing one of those or the fucking classic, you know what I mean?
He should do ones that aren't technically profanity or but we know what he's doing.
Boston, you guys would understand that, right?
Yeah, I mean, he should be able to do this because now, even more so, the fans are just going to be even more ruthless to the guy because they're not getting in trouble for it. Only he is.
Well, I think this is the British. I think they do this,
Yeah.
right? I think this is the Brits.
What if he just itches his
too.
eye?
Huh?
Oh, with his middle finger?
Well, you're scratching his head. That last time we
Yeah.
both, you're speaking his hair both times, so they counted that as one. So you can't
Well,
just
that
itch the
shouldn't be
eye.
count because you're allowed to scratch your head on the court.
Well, the profanity was from the press conference, though, not during the game, was it?
Yeah, the profanity probably from, I assume he said something during the game. Tunnel, whenever he was walking out, he goes behind that curtain.
Yeah.
And I don't know why he was exiting with fans, by the way. What is that? Why is Kyrie Irving right next to fans while he's walking out of there after just having a
Well, they
very...
basically sit on the bench in every arena.
NBA's wild. I remember I bought Pacers tickets late to some playoff game a long time ago when they were in the playoffs all the time. So I bought some tickets late. I was like, hey, I actually can make it. You guys have any seats? I think they just added 2 seats, like at the end of the bench. I was just sitting at like the end of the bench, and I'm like, hey, this seat is terrible because there's 8 feet tall dudes sitting right here, and I can't see anything. But also, I felt uncomfortable, like how close I was into their team, like into their team. Like
Those people that are those seats that they sell from the end of the the box or whatever, where the commentators sit,
And the bench.
then the coaches. What's that?
In the bench, those are Showtime seats. Yeah,
Those sell like 6 or 8 seats, so the coach is standing up in front of those fans the whole game, right? Like it would just be awkward to have fans legit right in your huddle.
Well, and then during playoffs, they hike up those. They're getting like 15, 20 grand per ticket for this.
I'd like to experience that once and see what it's like. It would be awkward, but it would also be awesome.
All right, let's figure it out. I'm sure there's a price to that. We could go do that. I've never sat in those seats. I've known people that have, and I know the business behind it. There's people that own like those seats for like 4 or 5 different arenas.
Really?
And then they just sell them out. Yeah, that's like a good racket some people have. Yeah, because those seats, if it's a primetime game, somebody in the city is going to want to be seen. That's basically what NBA games are anyways.
Yeah.
And then you sit and you're on national TV basically the entire time.
Yeah, you want that one because the camera is always shooting towards the bench. If you're courtside on the other side, the camera's not going to show you unless they like do it during a timeout or something.
See, I really enjoyed underneath the hoop because I'm collecting fucking boards down here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm getting boards. I had 4 boards.
You chained yourself to the hoop?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah. What was she protesting?
Something happened with fire and animals. I think if I read both shirts right. That something must have happened in Minnesota that was not great. Follow up. You can just get in there with a goddamn chain. I mean, how did the chain get in there?
Where did she store that thing?
Did she work there?
Unless she took the chain off of one of the doors.
I mean, for real.
AJ.
And then no one had damn bolt cutters. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Don't you have to go through
How
metal
did I
detectors?
see her?
Yeah.
Don't you have to go through metal detectors and stuff?
And I know with the NFL, like they don't even, you have to have clear bags now. Like they don't even let you go
Tiny
in with
clear
a bag.
bags.
Yeah, exactly. Like they see everything that you have when you're going in.
Well, yeah, we know.
Could it be one of those purses and they just like grouped up a bunch of purses together? Like the purse lanyard was the metal?
Ooh.
That'd be a long purse.
Chain
bro.
was her purse.
I think Tony was on it. I think she probably found it in there.
Because, they have the chains hanging from all the doors because they chain them up after everyone's gone.
And the lock just so happened to be open.
Yeah.
What?
Or that's what she brought.
How'd the lock get in? I don't think you're allowed to just bring a lock in either.
Well,
I put when I was in my vaping stage of vitamins, I would put that in a thing to go through the metal detector, and I would think like that's not going to make it in.
Yeah.
Imagine if you had a fucking lock that you would just put out there. Like, people, what's the lock? Oh, it's for the defense. I don't know if that lady was a big enough basketball fan to have that, but I think there's a lot of questions about security that's going on and how these people getting on the court with long enough time.
That's a good question.
To glue themselves, or they're putting the glue on the hand and then just.
Did you see
I'm here
DJ
forever.
Khaled?
Huh?
DJ Khaled went on the court the other night and shot up a 3 in the middle of a break.
Did they? Where did he get the ball?
He has a terrible shot.
He needs to
Yeah,
stop
he
doing
airballed
DJ Khaled has an absolutely despicable shot. And it's, listen, I like the fact that he still has the confidence, but all good shooters have that confidence, but it appears as if some bad ones have that confidence as well, because DJ Khaled will continue to put up his shots. And I respect it. That guy changed the game on Snapchat.
Yeah.
That guy changed the game in a lot of different ways, but he does choose to put himself in spots that he's not going to succeed. And it's only because they said he couldn't do it. So they said he couldn't do it. He fucking did it.
Yeah.
And that's the end of it, basically.
I mean, personally, I want to keep seeing DJ Khaled.
Put him up.
jumpers. Why not?
When it falls, think
Yeah.
about when it falls.
That'd be
God.
awesome halftime performance, and you wouldn't even have to pay. Like, hey, you want to do a 3-point contest? DJ Khaled versus who?
Himself.
Lizzo. Let's do it.
No, I don't even. I mean, I think DJ Khaled just all by himself. If this guy makes one shot in the next 4 minutes, okay? If this guy makes one shot, everybody in here gets a free pizza.
Boom.
That'd be awesome.
Free piece of pizza. Call it the DJ Khaled pizza toss. And that guy just fucking gets out there and hucks up 50 to 60 shots.
Exactly.
And only one needs to fall.
That's right. Just set up.
USFL halftime show.
There it is. And then we get him at the USFL. And you're going to have to pay him because he's fucking DJ Khaled. So
Right.
he's a megastar, monster celebrity. Get him with a football 20 yards away, just like the Colts do. The Colts have this little trash can thing that they throw into. They pick people that cannot throw a football at all, and they're up for it, and they're in front of everybody, and they have to hit this tiny little target, and they never do. Never do.
Don't they usually throw chest passes at it?
Well, that's the Dr. Pepper thing.
yeah.
But maybe we do DJ Khaled, and it's a quarterback like carnival, like there is at the Pro Bowl. That's at halftime of the USFL.
Moving targets.
If this guy gets 2 points, and there'll be like 10-point things and 5
225 bench press max too. See how many reps.
Okay, so for every 225 he gets, which we're assuming he can get a lot, that's an added like 10 seconds that he gets to throw, or added 20 seconds that he gets to throw for. Yeah, so it'd just be the DJ Khaled halftime performance tour.
Maybe have him end it by like kicking a 60-yard field goal or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
65.
Whoa. Fucking don't be ridiculous.
Slow down.
What's going on?
Hey, there's a song called "Poop Under My Fingernails." You ever heard it?
Who's
For
your
real.
guy?
By the toilet seat boys, I believe. My kids brought it to my attention, and they love it.
The Toilet Seat Boys?
I think. I didn't know. I was like, this is a real thing, and my son claims they have an album. I'm like, what's the rest of the album about?
All right, so the Toilet Seat Boys. Drop that hot shit, dude. Is that we got absolute fire coming out here? The Toilet Seat Boys. Are they a YouTube crew?
I don't know. I haven't seen their videos. My kids.
Is this like something
Played on my
that you're
phone.
alluding to that is a deep state
Not at all.
conspiracy?
He's a Khaled producer, music band.
So the first thing you thought of when you thought of music was the Toilet Seat Boys?
This happened because yesterday
What is
I was made
wrong?
aware of it a week ago, and then yesterday my kids played it again. I was like, man, this really has an impact on you guys. They really laugh hard.
So it's a banger?
I was like, this is funny.
Can we pull this up, please? The Toilet Seat
Yeah.
Boys? We'll get a strike for this if we have to. It's the Toilet Seat Boys.
That's right. Great band.
They're on the one song or the whole page? Their whole page? 1 million views on this song right here.
Wow.
Can we
Wow.
play it? Yeah, can we please play it? And this is the Toilet Seat Boys.
I only know the one song by them.
Well, I assume it's the one with 1 million, but they probably have numerous with millions. This is the Hawk household's favorite music group. It's the Toilet Seat Boys. Zeno said he had to check real quick.
To make sure it's the right song, or
I mean, we don't have to play it. I was just wondering if anyone else had heard of it.
We kind of have to play it.
Yeah, you
because
did this.
This is the first thing you thought of when we talked about music, which is
Why
much
wouldn't
different.
I?
Normally it'd be Chuck Berry or something else, but
Right.
now it's Toilet Seat Boys.
You know I wipe really hard.
It's not an adult
and my
song.
toilet paper's weak. Sometimes I break right through, and my fingernail is rubbing up against my poopy butt cheek. And I'm
why are we-
completely
holy shit.
unaware
Bars,
of
dude.
what's going on down there. Until I pull my finger out of my butt. And I stare at poop in my fingernails, poop in my fingernails, poop, poop, poop in my fingernails, poop in my fingernails, poop in my fingernails, poop in my fingernails.
I did not expect to play it. Wow.
All right, Toilet Seat Boys got bars, dude.
hell yeah.
All right.
Shout out Hawkos.
They're called the Toilet Bowl Cleaners, is what Z. All right. That's awesome. That's what AJ thought of whenever we were talking music.
Yeah.
The Toilet Bowl
It's
Cleaners.
fresh in my brain. That's why.
That's unbelievable. I'm happy we could do that. Let's chit chat.
Move along.
Poopy fingernails. Is that what they were saying?
Poop in my fingernails.
Can you run this back from the top, please? I don't think I got all of the. This is Axel Witchhawk.
You know
All
I
of
wipe
them. All
really
4 of them.
hard.
So they came in.
And my toilet paper's weak.
And my toilet paper- they're saying this to you?
I break right through, and my
they
fingernail
just
is
turned it
rubbing
on
up against
and
my
watched
poopy butt cheek.
This in the living room of the Hawk House?
Is the video
Of
good?
what's going on down there until I pull my finger out of my butt.
What are you guys listening to?
And I stare at poop in my fingernails, poop in my fingernails, poop, poop, poop in my fingernails, poop in my fingernails.
If they see this clip or something, like they will lose their mind. They'll think they are.
I'll tell you what, you can pause that. This came out in 2015. I don't know if the toilet bowl cleaners are still fucking wrapping rims there. You know what I mean? I assume they're adults now. They
why I asked
probably
you. I
are
wanted to
very,
know.
they're very surprised that this even came out. All right, here's another song from the Toilet Bowl Cleaners. This one also properly titled "Toilet Paper Stuck in My Butt."
Ooh.
Once again, we have to let everybody know that this is the Hawk House favorite.
I hope they're not like. I hope there's no like weird dark past with these people.
Oh, so
yeah,
that means they won't play it anymore.
What if we're supporting something that we don't know?
You know, this is why you brought
I
this
don't.
up.
Yeah, you bought the album.
fucking
God
asshole,
damn
dude.
it.
Why are you
shouldn't
like
ask
you the
you
way
guys
you are?
questions.
Why are you the way you are?
13 albums?
Sorry.
What did these people do that you just got?
I just stumble upon some stars and I just open your eyes to some great music. Oh, it sounds like Journey.
Unreal start.
I don't think it's going to continue.
Before I let go,
Maybe.
my anus closed shut. Now toilet paper is stuck in my butt. If I were to walk around naked, people would be filled with fright. Cause out of my butt is a tail that's white with some brown streaks.
So, I mean,
That guy can sing, though.
Matt Farley. I think, is the
What?
Matt Farley, I believe is his name. He's released over 23,000 songs.
Matt Farley's creative juice never quits.
Yeah.
And we appreciate Matt Farley for really diving in there. He was taking off like the Wigglies. The Wiggles.
Yeah, the Wiggles.
The Wiggles.
Yeah.
The Wiggles sell out theaters for like 5 days at a time around places. You know the Wiggles?
No, what do they do?
They're the big, they sing. They do, is that
Yeah,
their
it's
name?
like they have it.
They replaced
like
the Teletubbies.
Yeah, basically. They're human Teletubbies. Yellow, purple, red, and I think green.
So is it Barney, Power Rangers, Teletubbies?
Sure.
Wiggles.
There's a new guy now. AJ might know. It's like Bloopy or Blimpy.
Blippy. My youngest Axel used to be into Blippy. He hasn't, not as much lately. The dude is a YouTube monster.
Thank you, Miss Blippy.
All right, way to go, Blippy. Well, Miss Lippy is the teacher from Billy Madison.
Coco Melon's the one now.
Oh, yeah,
Coco
yeah.
Melon's
They
the
do
most streamed show in the
numbers.
history of Netflix.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it really?
What's it about?
It's basically just like a kid's. It's for like small, like even babies.
So I seen a small human operate in the wild at
Yeah.
one of these WWE events. They put an iPad in front of these little things.
Oh, yeah.
And they just sit there. They're locked in for hours and hours and hours at a time.
It's probably Coco Melon too.
Yep,
Like,
absolutely rot their brain.
They have 133 million subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah.
This one right here.
Yeah.
Coco Melon does it.
Congrats, Coco Melon.
I mean, if you honestly, Pat, if you put a song out talking about poop, you could get all the kids to get it.
No. Fuck the kids. They should not be listening to this show. By the way, we get like 11-year-olds calling here. Remember that happened?
Oh, yeah.
That was alarming. And then I go to some of these Smackdowns and stuff like that, and there'll be like a dad, and he'll have the Smack Dahn shirt, or he'll have like some shirt on, and I'm like, hey, I appreciate you listening, man. And he's like, we love it, and I like look, and it's a little child. I'm like, stop fucking listening. Don't listen to this show. All right, that's because I do feel like there's an obligation. Like, do you know what's in that? When parents are just having their kids watch that shit, do they have any idea what's in there, or is it just kind
I'd
of
assume
set it
so.
and forget it?
No, you can. I mean, as a parent, it's a big part of your job is paying attention to what they're consuming, but you can set up as many parameters as you can so they can't get to the bad stuff.
Yeah, because didn't Disney just have like people boning in the clouds and
Yeah.
stuff like
Oh,
that?
yeah.
I assume
Do they?
Coco Melon's got some stuff popping off in the
Yeah,
background.
Walt Disney was an absolute perv.
Okay, yeah, because
Bad
that's
guy.
in the background of everything, right?
Yeah,
There's some
and a lot of
Nickelodeon.
like they allude to like sex and stuff like that quite a bit in the background of a lot of the movies.
And that's just what, to keep the parents interested, or what do you
Yeah,
think it is?
probably. You
Because
know,
I got
I'd
so
assume
bored just fucking doing kid stuff all the time.
Oh, another bland. Hey, yeah, I can see how people.
As
get
a kid, though, I'll say this: I never caught it once as a kid.
Yeah, me neither. I don't think. Well, I never saw a Disney thing.
Yeah, they did
Mighty
it on
Ducks.
a lot of
Mighty
the
Ducks.
networks. Nickelodeon.
Really, what they have in the background?
Well, actually, Hey Arnold, his grandfather, actually has like a dick as a chin and up to
what?
his head. It's a real thing.
Can you see that?
It's a real thing. You can pull it up.
What's this show?
See, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
His chin is a nutsack.
As
Yeah.
a kid, you just don't realize it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just don't realize it as a kid, but then it gets pointed out later. It's like,
That
oh,
wasn't
yeah.
on Doug.
That's weird. No, Doug had
Wow.
some, I believe.
Doug was banging. Patty
Yeah, I was
Man
gonna
and
say Doug and Patty.
What was that one? Daria?
Yeah, that was MTV.
That was older though. That wasn't
Yeah.
like a young kid one.
No.
Some of the Tom and Jerry stuff. A lot of.
I used to love Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, it's the best.
It was like 5-minute episodes. Just kind of like,
Bangers.
Is this the guy with the dick and balls as a face?
Boom.
It's not outlined like that, is it?
No.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. But
He's got a face tattoo.
Can we see it without the outline?
Can we see it without the? I think that's a good question.
that's a lot of the Disney stuff too, though. Is that like you wouldn't see it unless it was outlined, but it's there
Yeah, that was clearly a penis on that guy's.
clearly.
I mean, I wouldn't pick that up.
I mean,
If you see
absolute hammer on his head.
Hard to miss
Yeah, I
it.
guess so.
it. I mean, the length of his
Pretty good
jaw.
art. What an artist, though, to hide it so well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it probably became a full game.
Because
You know?
who has that bump on their head?
Having the forethought to put the vein on there too,
Yeah.
and having it, double as where his ear
That's
is.
true art.
What if you asked what that thing is in the back of his head?
Well, how long do you think?
It's a growth.
How long do you think this artist had been drawing heads this way? Like high school found this drawing, probably went through like college, did the whole thing, got a chance to be the cartoonist for this particular show. Now's the time.
Well, it's like super bad when they sketch in the book and they draw the penises, and then you're just like, oh, I can expand upon that.
Because that is a perfect.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's a perfect slot of a dick right into a face. Right there.
Gorgeous.
But, way to go.
Absolute art.
But I mean, when he first
Is
turned it
Coco
in,
Melon
don't you
doing
think
it?
his his boss would be like, "Is that a tumor on the back of his head? What are we doing?"
Yeah, probably like what? I don't know who that person is.
No, I'm sure the guy was laughing
Old.
his ass off. He
Yeah.
was like, "Why'd you fucking put Peter North's dick on this guy's head?"
No, the person that
It's
okayed it
hilarious.
had no idea.
Looks more like
Let's go to the 5-hour energy phone line. We're done with dickheads. Let's go to Alex in Tennessee. What's going on, Alex? Change the subject.
Pat AJ boys, how you doing?
Hey, keep it moving. What if he was like, "There's a dick in the face"?
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
It's a piggyback.
Hey, so I'm from Memphis, and I actually go to a lot of Grizzly games, and I may have some information about the lady who chained herself to the bottom of the rim. Down in the first floor, there's a bunch of the guardrails that have the chained off areas. She may have easily could have gotten one of those and just gotten through without that, not even trying to bring it in. So she could have gotten those from the first floor, came through, and I mean, trust me, the security there, it's awful. It's dog shit. So there's no way that anybody's going to stop her from going on the court.
By the way, security everywhere is dog shit. I'm realizing. I look around at some of these events, right? Not all of them. There's always good, I feel like, within the... Yeah. But I look around at some places, I'm like, there is no order being kept with that particular person. Like, hey, this section right here, if they wanted to, they could go. There's always... It seems like each corner of the arena, there's always some, real, like, I'll fuck some shit up type person.
Yeah.
But then there's like a bunch of like locals that I think just kind of fill in. They're just happy for the free ticket, I think. You know?
Well, this guy raised a good point. You do remember the wave of bums in Memphis. It was overpowering.
Yeah, got to keep it.
Why didn't they just let her stay chained to the hoop the whole game? Like, okay, cool, have fun.
All right, we'll see how much you like this in the third quarter. These balls are coming in hot. Why do... So it's because we talk about it? Like, are they thinking that something's going to change? So that person that glued their hand to the floor, they're like, all right, I will bring enough attention to a cause that needs to be talked about that'll actually change something? Or do they think about how people immediately go like, oh, look at that fucking psychopath. Like, and they say, well, that's the narrative that you want to get. Why do they do it? Is that what they think is going to happen?
I'm sure they think they have to do something dramatic to bring attention to a cause that they believe in.
So they're better humans than all of us.
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt.
All right, so they're better humans.
And they're pissed about the no more masks.
What's that?
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. The mask one might happen tonight, I guess. Somebody will tape their mask onto their face.
Yeah.
And say, I can't breathe. Well, take the mask off. Well, I can't. I taped it on, or I glued it on my face. Like somebody will get pissed.
That's possible. That might happen at like 3 of the games.
That might be happening tonight.
Yeah. And then they die right there or what?
Well, you just got a hole in the mask. You know what I mean? That's got a hole. But their actual mask, remember, no air was supposed to go through those things.
No.
I mean, I don't want to sound like too much of a soft ass, but I mean, having the mask on, breathing wise, not fantastic. Especially if you got a big beak like I do and the whole thing. I assume there's a lot of people that are just necessarily happy they don't have to wear the mask anymore because not the discomfort or the fact that but like breathing in life is just much better without it on.
Yeah.
And I think everybody agrees with that.
I would imagine people like in terms of flying, like people are going to start taking flights now big time because that it did suck. You know, you're on a 2.5 hour flight and then you have to wear your mask the entire time in the airport. Like it's not great.
Now somebody did tweet me this and it was numerous things. So I want to let you know. Hey, sorry you got to wear a mask. 1 million people fucking died, okay? And I'm not comparing my life wearing a mask to anybody that lost a family member or a friend or anything like that. But at that time, it was much different than now time, I believe. Like we, at least I think, know how to treat it and hopefully cure it, get past it, and maybe it's a lot less. So I understand the fear from when people were, passing away at massive rates, and it was scary for everybody, by the way, and I think everybody was affected by it. But now, like, hey, we gotta go. Like, what do we do? Are we gonna stay here forever, AJ? Like, are those people, they would stay forever until it was completely gone? Like, is that what would happen?
It sure seems like some people have like settled into this and like, okay, like this is what it is now. And I think you're right. Like a lot of people have been going for a while.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, that's crazy. Those people are very mad at me yesterday.
Yeah, but also, how do we know that's how many people actually died when like the numbers change by 72,000 plus sometimes, like on a daily basis? And that's not me. That's
just asking questions.
That's the site that they're the ones saying they're getting their numbers
No,
from.
stats are such an interesting thing because they completely trust one group of people. We completely trusted one group of people. Then we're told we can't. And then those people made a babyface run again. He's like, what the fuck, dude? 10 years from now, will we know anything more than we know now? That's the question.
It's wild.
Probably not, right?
No.
It won't matter. There'll still be sides that people are stuck with. I would imagine.
I don't know the outside world well enough and that is God honest truth. I'm pleading ignorance in this particular fashion, but like we'll learn more and more as it goes, right?
I thought we were just supposed to do as we were told. I thought that was the big thing.
All right.
I thought that's what we were all striving for.
All right, let's get to a break.
Come on, Goomp. We want you to stay here in this country.
Yeah, Goomp.
Watch it.
Some people do love that though. Like
your guy probably doesn't want you back though, with the stuff you've been saying.
Whoa.
That's perfectly fine. I'm happy here.
Whoa.
I want you here too. Believe me, I want you here.
Thank you.
We agree with a lot that was just said there, but to cover our asses, we had to.
Yeah.
Whoa. You know, just for us. We're back and forth with some sports talk.
Oh, yeah.
Which, by the way, we were talking about because there's a protest at a basketball game that led to the mask protest that is
Hey, the
inevitable.
playoffs have been awesome. Hate to cut you off.
They
I
have.
haven't watched basketball all year, barely. And I have found myself watching some of this playoff basketball, and it is fun to watch.
All right, let's talk about that and more on the other side. Steph Curry, I'm fucking back. That's good for the league. I've been watching games as well. And I think it's because, like, we're getting antsy in no sports. Draft, 9 days away. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. The NBA playoffs, awesome to watch. Golf is happening. Hockey is over soon, which is tough for everybody.
Right.
It's kinda,
Pittsburgh's losing.
Huh?
What?
Pittsburgh's not going to make the playoffs.
Whoa.
No, they're already clinched.
Already clinched, you buffoon.
18th straight year.
So you just don't have any confidence in them. Okay, cool. We'll explore that after the break.
Maybe, AJ. We'll probably not talk about that, but we will talk about all the other sports that are definitely important right now. Hockey not being one of them anymore.
What the hell?
Which is a shame, because that's Hockey Talks on tonight. Tomorrow night. Jeez,
I thought it was Wednesday.
You thought it was Wednesday.
Yeah. I've said it's Wednesday twice now. This week's really flying by. We're back and forth. This is the Pat McAfee Show. Jesus. Ladies and gentlemen, the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Coach Mike Tomlin.
Oh, man, Pat, it's an honor to be on with you, man. Thanks for having me.
You're a legend. Thank you for putting me through my workout and having the scouts actually come watch me kick at West Virginia. I don't think I've ever fully thanked you for that moment, Coach.
No, man, I've drank the McAfee Kool-Aid for a long time.
Let's get right into it. The locker room culture changed completely when I was in the league, from when I was a rookie to when I was done, and I retired after the 2016 season. Now it's even more different, I would assume, from when you came into Pittsburgh and everything like that. The dancing on the logo, the TikTok, everything like that you guys have had to experience. What is your messaging in there? How do you adapt and let players be themselves without, doing too much? Because that is a fine balance that you've been able to do, I think, in an incredible job with throughout your entire time in Pittsburgh.
I think for me, more than anything, I try to stay connected. Just getting a sense of where these guys are coming from, what's in vogue for their generation, what captures their attention, how do they learn, how do they communicate, how do they interact with each other formally and informally. And I think being a parent kind of helps me. My boys are 19 and 20, so it's not much difference between them and some of the younger guys that I deal with here. And so for me, it's just about gaining an understanding, working to stay connected. That's my general attitude, man. It's adapt or die for me. And I don't want to be one of them old crusty guys, man, that just refuses to adapt. Although I am one of those old crusty guys now.
Yeah, you are old as shit now. You know what I mean? I mean, you've been around a long time. I remember back in the day, whenever you showed up, there was a lot more, to the camera. There was a lot more.
Yeah.
There was a lot of that. Now you're just old ass man now, huh?
You know how it is. Years in this business will scar you, man. It'll settle you down.
That is classic. One of my favorite moments with you is when you would tell me every warm-up, I'm going to get you back to Pittsburgh when you're old and cheap. What does that mean? What did that mean? And should that have been taken as a smack in the mouth, like whenever you said that to me?
No, man, it was a tip of the cap, man. There's certain guys around this league that I'm really interested in, but I know I cannot afford. And you were one of them, so I was going to wait for you to physically deteriorate a little bit until you came back into my wheelhouse.
Yinzers are going to go bananas in Heinz Field this weekend. First time it could be filled up in a long time. I can't wait to see it, and I can't wait to... Oh, mama, I'm here. Oh, my life, Is that your alarm clock? Yeah, just say yes, by the way. Yeah.
It's my ringtone. It's my alarm clock.
We appreciate you, Coach T. Last question before we let you go. Why'd you let Troy Polamalu do what he fucking did to me? Why'd you let? I know you've heard of this. Why? Well, that's a short side of the field. That's bad football. You guys coaching unsound football over there in Pittsburgh? How did that happen?
We know you and love you as a man, but on Sundays in the fall, man, you're the nameless gray faces that we.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, never had a losing season, absolute legend, 2-time Super Bowl champion, Mike Tomlin. Thank you, Coach. I went to one of his shows. He forced me into doing. He's wearing football pants.
I think Marco
actual knee pads. Does he have a fake face on?
Yeah, he has a fake face on. That is not Chris Angel. That or he's been eating McDonald's with Mark Davis for the last 5 years.
I just want everybody to know.
Straight to his face.
I just want everybody to know this is NFL related. Okay, we have to talk about it.
Yes. We have to cover it. Why is his penis a different color?
He's wearing football pants.
Tony, that's a.
Welcome back to the Poop in My Fingernails show. Shout out to the Hawk household's favorite musical group, the Toilet Bowl Cleansers. We got a chance to learn about them earlier, and now we're getting a chance to learn even more about former New York Giants head coach. This man was hired as a head coach of an NFL program. And we all know how the head coaching cycle goes nowadays with the hiring, the interviews, who gets picked, how people get picked. Are they a guru? Are they incredibly high football IQ? How's their resume? Everything that allegedly goes into the process. This guy somehow became the head coach of the New York Football Giants when Eli fucking Manning was their quarterback, who's a Hall of Famer. He actually benched Eli Manning for Geno Smith, West Virginia guy, not a good spot to go in for Geno Smith. They almost lost their entire fan base. He inevitably puts Eli back, gets fired. Eli goes back. Now, he's back in the NFL. Offense coordinator for the Carolina Panthers, and he did a press conference earlier today. His hair looked fantastic, and his words were majestic. Ladies and gentlemen, Ben McAdoo.
And you look at Sam as your starting quarterback?
Sam is our starting quarterback, yes.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
You know, one of the things I've been working on is being better talking to you people. So, you know, announcing the starting quarterback here, I just put my foot in the mouth. So that wasn't something I should have said.
And you look at Sam
Legend.
That is amazing. Listen, somebody just gave me a wave in the back of the room and was like, Sam Darnold's a starting quarterback? Get the fuck out of here. One thing I've been trying to work on. What a series of events. That's a Western Pennsylvania guy there, McAdoo.
Yeah.
And things like this, with the way his name is, okay, the way it's pronounced, little C, big A, you know, that is kind of the Scottish accent way pronounced. It's not Mick, like others would say, because it's a vowel immediately after, or a capital letter immediately after. I believe it's for, you get whatever the case. McAdoofus, people say.
Oh, yeah.
All right, that's what people say about this guy because they kind of have to whenever things like this happen and he says stuff like that. Now, does that mean his football IQ is bad, AJ? Because every time he speaks, it sounds like an idiot speaking? Or is it just whenever he's speaking publicly, he's not comfortable doing so we should give him a little bit more of a balance of like, hey, this guy's an idiot, you know, like a lot of people think. Which I don't, but I think a lot of people do.
You might have to give him a little bit of leeway, I guess. I don't know. I mean, his hair looks great, if nothing else. Like, hey, at least my hair looks legit, right?
Great. And who was telling him not to announce Sam Darnold as a starter? Was that the business people who are trying to trade for somebody?
Why does that
right
matter,
now?
though? Does that matter?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, is it because of trade? They want to, the trade stuff. They still want to talk about that. Is it because another quarterback that's there? They want to maybe make them think that they can compete for it. Who was the one that told him, like, you fucking, you know, who did that? That is what
That's why we don't see coaches speak that often. We only see head coaches.
Yeah, not everybody's polished. You know, people have to speak like once a week.
A lot of coaches don't like. You know, a ton of the majority of coaches do not want to speak to the media. Now, I think that's changing with like younger people coming into the league, but the old guard, like they have no desire usually to speak to the media.
I think the younger coaches understand the value of like being liked as a person.
That's huge. And you're also recruiting the whole time, too, for potential job, people that could hire you, and also players. Like, hey, I remember seeing that guy. Like, he seems cool in interviews, and all of a sudden he's a head coach someday.
Yeah, it's not just for the fans. It's also like professionally as well. Other coaches wanting to come coach with you in your place. I've had coaches text me after listening to a coach on the show saying, hey, I would love to go coach with that guy right there with how he acts on your show and the conversation he has. But players, that's a big time in free agency now that it feels like it's a recruiting era. I forget who said it. It might have been, it was maybe somebody on the internet, maybe somebody here. Might have been in text with Coach JB that me and AJ Hawk are in. I forget, but people are viewing like the free agency thing almost as the transfer portal. Like if guys don't like where they're at, they don't like where the money's at, they're like, all right, I want out of here, I'm going to keep it moving. And that's the transfer portal model where, you get a scholarship to a place, you don't like the way it's going for whatever reason. It might be personal reasons, you don't like the coach. It might have been that you were lied to, happens a lot in recruiting. It might have been that you're not playing, whatever the reason, you just decide, I'm going to get up and I'm going to leave. Where in the past, people would have to battle through that, kind of live through the suck that they have, maybe battle and maybe find out it's not for them or whatever. It's kind of an evolving situation for certain, no matter how you view it. But that is interesting that now it feels like players are able to say and pick and choose where they want to be and how they want to be. Now, whenever you announce for a trade and it doesn't work out, are you on the wrong end of it? Like the guys that are sitting in the transfer portal. For instance, Baker Mayfield, whenever he said, I want to be traded, and then the Browns coming out and saying, excuse me, we don't care. And then him saying, no, I want to be traded. They think we have gone too far. We don't think the relationship is mendable. And the Browns come out again and say, hey, we don't care. Okay, we are not trading you. Then they sign a guy to $230 million guaranteed the next day at the same position. And then they follow up saying we might need him to be there. It's just like, I think there's upside to it, and I think there's downside to it. There's a lot of dudes sitting in transfer portal, and like, at what point do you think guys know who can be who they can afford to be, know whether or not they can be the one demanding the trade in the new deal and everything like that? It's a weird situation. Kyler with the Cardinals, weird situation. There's just a lot of that.
Well, you got to it right there at the end when you said be who you can afford to be. That's so true. It's something you always say. You got to know if you have some leverage. You can't be demanding a trade if there's not a whole lot of demand for your services. So, like, that's just – there's different ways to go about it. I don't know what's right or wrong ever, but what the hell is going to happen to Baker Mayfield, and where is he going to play, and is he going to be a starter?
Well, that's why the McAdoo thing is interesting, because he said Sam's going to be our starter, so that would make us feel like, okay, so they're out on Baker Mayfield because they already got Sam's contract. Well,
no, either way, though, it'd be fine to say Sam's the starter, and they still all of a sudden they acquire Baker, and like, well, things have changed.
Yeah,
so
we lied. Who cares?
Accumulation of
That's
players.
what we do all the fucking time, dude. People lie all the time, because what is happening right now is not the same as what's going to be happening 2 weeks from now. The world changes, game changes, and we feel like different things happen behind the scenes that nobody knows, that make us tell you that although we said with absolute certainty just 3 days ago that this thing would happen, it is certainly not happening now with new evidence that made us think, oh, this is a fucking terrible decision. But that happens all the time in these press conferences. Never have we seen it 1 minute and 37 seconds later, though. Never.
When did he know? When did he realize?
I wish we could see the full clip, because obviously that just came across our timeline, and we fucking, as soon as we see that, we can't help. Everybody laughed.
It's probably the PR person. Like you talk about the Colts PR people. The PR person, I'm sure, was talking to Ben before he got up there. Hey, they're probably gonna hit you about this, talk about this. Just so you have an idea. And then McAdoo probably looked over and saw their PR person. The person just kind of looking right at him, like, all right, well. Was that at the very beginning of the thing too?
What if
he was writing notes and holding up signs?
Yeah. What if he looked over there and there was just that like holding up the, and then McAdoo's like giving an answer. McAdoo's giving an answer, and he's like, what? And they're like, hold on. Write a whole nother thing. Starter, not start, like holding up in the back of the room. And then how do they relay the message to him? Because do we see him look off camera in this press conference? Or is it him actually remembering while he's giving an answer that, oh, fuck, I've already told them who the starting quarterback is, because he might have been in like I want everybody to compete. I want everybody to feel as if they're the starter. And then at all positions, that's why, fuck, I already told him Sam Darnold's the starter. Yeah. Did that happen, or did somebody have to tell him? I'm intrigued by that, because
I think in his own head he realized it.
Maybe, who knows?
All right. He had to know coming in. They're going to ask a lot of questions about the quarterback position.
Yeah, and McAdoo said, "Do you see this hair, baby? I'm gonna come slinging in there. All right, I'm gonna be slinging. Look at that guy.
Wow, what flow!
Looks good, dude, doesn't he?
Hey, he loves Pittsburgh.
Western Pennsylvania guy. Yep, for sure. Western Pennsylvania guy. Let's go to some other. He is
Western PA, but not that far west.
Some like central.
Closer to central.
I don't think so. I think he's pretty Western Pennsylvania. I think,
Western PA.
isn't he?
Indiana, PA, which is about 45 minutes east of Pittsburgh.
It's a little bit out there. We had to play them in. That's where IUP is, Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
Maybe an hour. Even.
That place.
Is that IUPUI?
No, that's Indiana University, Purdue University of Indiana. That's downtown here.
So weird.
No, it's both the schools coming together. There's actually a couple really. Purdue has like maybe a high-end business school here, and then Indiana has like a high-end, like some maybe pharmacy thing
Nursing,
here.
I think.
Yeah, nursing. Yeah, John Mellencamp for sure down there. Born and raised small town.
Mellencamp Pavilion, I believe their indoor facility, named after him.
At IU?
It was back in the day. I don't know if it is anymore.
Why?
Anyways, McAdoo's definitely Western Pennsylvania guy. And with that being said, I hope he has success, but it feels like that Carolina Panthers staff knows that they're probably fucked at the end of this year.
Yeah, it seems like it's not crazy to think that Matt Rule told him to do this. He was like, hey, listen, I've been taking it on the shins, all right? I need you to go out there and fucking put your foot in your mouth right away, okay? And I can do that.
Hey, was it to take attention away from the owner backing out of their new stadium or the new facility?
Okay, let's talk about it. So the Carolina Panthers in a town in Carolina agreed to terms on bringing a new facility to the town. Now, that town would then benefit from it because a massive facility would be built.
Hold on quick. Was this a stadium or their facility?
I don't know.
Headquarters.
I think it was their head. Yeah, I don't know if it was a stadium. It was just the headquarters facility.
Yeah.
So that would be the home of the Panthers, blah, blah, blah. They come to a deal. How much will the town pay for? How much will the Carolina Panthers pay for? Carolina Panthers, owned by Tepper, the richest owner in the NFL, the only owner in the NFL to crack the top 10 of the wealthiest professional sports teams' owners. So he's the wealthiest by far. It is a whole different thing. Businessman, though, obvious. Bet on himself, I believe, the guy, numerous times and found his wealth as opposed to being born into it. So I think there's a lot of respect amongst, people for the way he has done his thing. And he is spiteful, it does appear in some of his Wikipedia stories, where he will buy people who have maybe slighted him in the past house, tear it down and build a house double the size just to kind of do that type of thing. So he had an agreement with the town. Rock Hill, I believe is what it was called. Rock Hill is the town. There was an agreement on how much the town would pay and how much the Panthers would pay. And the town didn't put up their end of the bargain, whatever was due. Then the Panthers told them you have 30 days to do this once it was already delinquent. Those 30 days had passed, and now the Carolina Panthers have canceled the agreement with the town for the facility, and they will re-examine the relationships everywhere. Whatever the case, people aren't going to care about Tepper saying, because he's the richest dude in the NFL, people aren't going to ever have him be babyface. But Tepper said, I'll be goddamned if you make a deal with me and you don't fucking hold up your end of the bargain. I will shut this whole fucking thing down. I do not care about Rock Hill, North Carolina, or wherever the fuck this is, AJ.
Well, I want to know, have they already started building it? Is there part of the structure in place already and then they backed out or what?
They broke ground on this facility?
I believe, because we reported on a year, I think they had the ribbon ceremony, and I believe pictures that I saw today, there was some definite, there's definitely work going on.
The last month they stopped the work, right? They hadn't been working and now they backed out. That's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff that's already been done, but I assume that's from the Panthers' end of payment, and they're probably looking for their payment back. Oh,
they'll figure it out.
Who owns the land? Do the Panthers still own the land? Are they going to sell it? Are they going to redo it? Are they going to have to rebuild it because they've already started up on something? Is it in the middle of town? And here's a lot of questions that have to go on. And it seems like the Panthers couldn't even get a hold of the council. If you look at the 30-day, hey, you have 30 days, and never heard back from them.
Well, when we talk about these structures that get built for the Olympics and stuff, I assume there's already 500 to 600 homeless people that have just moved into this half-built building. And that there's no way they can do anything.
Cutter's changing that. You see Cutter?
What?
Qatar, wherever your World Cup is, they built a stadium with shipping containers that they can take down, I guess, when it's done.
What?
I saw something about it, yeah.
Is that the one that has the air conditionings in them?
I don't think it is, but they show all these shipping containers on the outside of the thing, and they act like they could take it down and put it up somewhere else or something.
So is Qatar not going to have any stadiums after this? How many people, were,
What's that?
I mean, a lot of people passed away building those things.
Well, I think this is why they had to do that. They just brought one guy's going to operate a forklift, and he's going to pick up the shipping containers and move them because we have 18,000 dead people underneath that other stadium.
Jesus. It is. It's like 200 degrees down there, right?
Yeah, big time.
No, there's no way that's accurate. It's very hot, is what I'm saying. It's not
it's
200 degrees.
Is this the World Cup or is this a fucking 3rd and 4th grade soccer tournament on the weekend?
What's
We're
going
building
on?
stadiums out of fucking shipping containers? Are you kidding me?
Are the toilet seat boys running this thing?
Yeah, no kidding.
What do we got? We got poopy fingernails, dude. What is going on with the FIFA? Okay, the Soccer Lombardi is coming home no matter what shipping container stadium we need to go win in.
Hell yeah.
Damn right.
Okay, but when the Soccer Lombardi's home and the Soccer Lombardi tournament is home, wait till you see what we do for the Soccer Lombardi.
God.
The amount of respect we're going to show it that FIFA clearly isn't showing the Soccer Lombardi with this entire process. I do like all the air conditionings, though, that they're putting in all those stadiums.
Smart.
Are they going to be in every stadium? Because this is something, if they're not going to be in every stadium, I mean, how do they pick and choose? Because I feel like, what is the cutoff temperature-wise for the air-conditioned stadiums and the non-air-conditioned stadiums?
That's a good point. I can guarantee you we're not going to be playing in air-conditioned stadiums.
United States?
No, not a chance.
Because we're the favorites all of a sudden.
Have we ever won? Have we ever won this tournament?
No, it's coming home, though.
Yeah, should have won a couple years ago.
Yeah,
We've never won, really, the World Cup?
No, we actually do. Nope.
But the women's team has a lot.
All
right?
of them. All of them. We win all of them. Over there.
Why are the women's so much better than the guys right now?
Well, because they're fucking a talented group.
Yeah.
Hey, that program from little kids all the way through, very, very good. Good coaching, good everything. I mean, it is solid all the way through.
The soccer culture is great. You played, but like my daughter, she's 11. The soccer culture is nuts.
There's also no WNFL.
Yeah, because a lot of the people say that our best athletes don't play soccer. They play, football or basketball or baseball.
I hear the same thing about boxing, too.
Or hockey.
Women's hockey team, very talented.
Yeah. And women's basketball team, I believe, very
good.
talented.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Softball.
Softball's very good.
Also,
I would like the world to admit, though, and I apologize for cutting you off there, but I would like the world to admit that you guys do know that if it was LeBron playing goalie, you know what I mean? Odell Beckham playing striker.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill playing outside mid, maybe.
LeBron ain't stopping a fucking shot from Harry Kane.
All right.
Yeah, right.
Dude, 6'8". Okay. Dude, 6'8". He's faster than everybody.
And he's gonna
Then you have to move.
He's gonna throw it into the
He
goal.
might do it insufferably, but he's going to do it.
And if you teach him how to drop kick, I mean, he'll be able to fucking run through one of those. He'll be able to go fucking box to box probably every single time if he wanted to.
Kelsey, center back, right next to AQ Shipley.
Oh, I mean.
Come on. Come on.
Further to your point, Pat, LeBron, OBJ, those star-studded athletes would absolutely not play in a dump like this Qatar stadium that they built out of shipping.
Oh, really?
They would throw a fit.
Christian Pulisic should? Whoa. What is that?
I mean, what the fuck?
That's what I told you
Pretty
about.
cool.
Can you zoom in on that?
Oh, no.
It looks like a parking garage, right?
Yeah.
So what's in the containers?
Why are they even there?
You know what's in the container.
Possibly dead bodies.
Why are they?
Oh,
what?
You know what's in the container.
The dead bodies of all the people who worked on the stadiums.
Is that misinformation? Why are they there? Is it just a garage?
It's where they.
I don't know. Are these like individual suites?
Are they trying to decorate it so you don't see the back of the bleachers?
Keep the Lamborghini.
If you're a fan, how do you go into
The
that
inside looks
stadium?
quite
Inside looks fucking real nice.
It's really nice.
I go in there, man. I need SPF 100 though.
They're gonna cover. They're gonna.
I am gonna get burnt.
Cover that roof.
We should go to. There's no way they got roofs, right? Do they?
That's only Stadium 974. That's the only one.
So the containers are
We
actually
should go.
empty. They use them to ship all the materials to build the stadium.
Oh, smart building.
So yeah, they're being really smart. This is like the bin place. Who loves bins or baskets or whatever the hell. The
container store.
The container store.
Oh, yeah.
This is how the container store would stack this fucking
Yeah.
thing. They'd have it all up underneath the thing. Bum 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 bum
Actually
bum.
really smart.
Block out the bleachers. They'll probably put a tarp over it. It'll look like it's a wall. You pull the tarp back. Bang! It's actually a bunch of empty, ugly, disgusting, rusted out fucking cargo things.
This is Mickey Mouse, not my World Cup.
No, this is Soccer Lombardi. Maybe we choose not to win this one.
Yeah.
How about it?
Seriously.
Save it for.
Maybe we choose not to win the fucking shipping container Soccer Lombardi.
Don't hate it.
Maybe not even go.
No,
Well-
you didn't go to the last one. You should go to this one.
All right, Don. 2 times in 400 years,
come
Canada.
on.
Does
Welcome.
Canada have a team, Goomp?
Yeah, we made it, dude. First time since '86.
Jeez. Congratulations, by the way.
There you go.
You guys should be better.
Well, They say that about, I mean, our curling team also the Olympic gold medalists.
That's right. No big deal.
What was that? 2 gold medals ago. That was 2 Olympics ago.
Yeah, but still.
We
got a
beat
gold.
you guys in.
We got
in
bronze this
finals.
last year, didn't
I had a couple of those curling guys wanted to come on actually.
Really? Curling
Yeah,
Matty Hamilton?
The guy that I think the last Olympics that dressed the curling team, a guy I know, his whatever, yeah.
His name is Curling Matty Hamilton. He was the guy with the hair and the mullet and the 6
Dash.
shoes.
Sweet tats.
Yeah, he was awesome. He was really cool. I think he did this Olympics too, but this Olympics was fugazi.
It was.
Just like the soccer Lombardi that we're choosing not to win now.
Yeah.
I'm happy we've made that decision. We'll win the next one. All right, Gump, tell the soccer community that the soccer Lombardi is safe from the United States for at least another 4 years because we don't want to win this shipping container 5,000 soccer Lombardi.
Win it at home, 2026.
Yeah, it'll just mean
Hell
more
yeah.
when it's on home
Where's
turf
that
too.
one? Oh, where is it?
It's here.
And
Canada and
Mexico.
Is it still in Mexico?
Oh, that's the one that we can't play in Washington, right?
Yeah, because the poopy pipes, but they're playing in Qatar with cargo shipping containers. Thank you, FIFA, for standing up for yourselves.
Yeah, jeez.
Thank you. That's very, very nice of you guys.
Says a lot about fucking that stadium in D.C.
Yeah, they're playing the cargo in the middle of the desert and have to add a bunch of air conditionings to even keep it livable in there, let alone with the World Cup. They will not play at FedEx Field.
Yeah, those games
Can't
at
do
Jerry
it.
World, though.
What's that?
Those games that will probably be at Jerry World and Allegiant Stadium.
Oh, and Lucas Oil.
Lucas
Oh,
Oil.
yeah.
It's
Oh,
gonna be
yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
SoFi, yeah.
Oh, SoFi, all those.
I'd go
suites.
watch.
Yeah.
I would too. I almost want to go to Qatar.
Let's do it.
All right, you go.
I'll go back.
You been?
A few times, yeah.
Really?
You get the heart out, right?
I mean, yeah, but you could have got your answer out right there, I think. Unless you're going into a fucking story right there?
No, I've never been.
Oh, I mean,
I assume it's a long flight.
Chris Mad Dog Russo probably has been. He'll be up in 6 minutes. That's how you Bang! Boom.
Grand Slam.
Grand Slam Championship.
Fucking Grand Slam.
I won $6 yesterday.
Let's
In
go.
the
Pretty
Grand
good.
Slam Championship. Took me like 25, 30 minutes to do that, though. You really passed time on there.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
very
On
fun.
that FanDuel face-off. You can disappear in there and be an hour later. Oh, shit, I just played Grand Slam Championship. And if you accidentally hit a triple when you have the bases loaded, it is devastating. It is devastating, AJ, on this Grand Slam Championship.
You mean because you didn't hit a grand slam?
Yeah.
That's the point of the
You
game.
need the Grand Slams.
You need the
A
Grand
triple
Slam.
still gives you 3 runs.
Yeah, but
It's not about
Give you
runs.
20 points. though.
runs are 1 point. Grand Slam, 20 points. Double points Grand Slam, which you can pick up with the 2X, 40 points. That's where you need to live.
Yeah. And if
Hell
you game it right, hit a couple homers in a row, and then you get those power ups, you can have a 50, 55 point grand slam.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Do homers bring power ups?
What do you mean?
What
no,
do you mean?
No.
Oh,
no.
okay, they're random.
No. Power ups are random.
Okay.
But a lot of people have been saying, "Oh, I just need to hit a homer every time." It's not the strategy.
No, that is
The
not
whole-
the strategy.
Grand
yeah,
Slam.
Yeah, single, grand,
Grand
slam.
Slam.
Single,
Grand
grand
Slam.
slam. Single,
Grand Slam. Now you have a Grand Slam streak.
Exactly.
Yeah, and they
So
help you.
instead of getting
a
20, you got a turkey, you got a 25 point grand slam.
Correct.
And then you're hoping that you're getting the power up so you can get a 45 to 50 point grand
See,
slam.
did you hear what we just learned right there? There are those types of sharks floating around that Grand Slam water. You need to know that too. You can think you had a good round, and some good gambler comes through and takes 60 cents from you with a fucking 390 or something like that.
That's right.
How is that? You're scoring in the 300s?
Oh yeah. 400 plus is my high.
Jeez.
Like, can you compare that to somebody? Like, what's a normal person?
I got 245 last night. Pretty pumped about it.
And Ty's getting 400.
Yeah.
I rarely will get below 300.
I've never touched 300.
So there's probably people getting 800 then, right?
No, I've seen some 450s though.
Really?
Oh yeah, 450, 475.
How
I
many
don't
Grand
know.
Slams are they hitting?
That's what I'm wondering
unbelievable.
because I don't get power ups anymore. Really, like they've basically.
Oh, they're gaming you a little
They've
bit.
gamed my account. It's
Jesus.
like, okay, well, hell, you want a fucking extra 5 seconds? Here you go. I'm not seeing very many double multipliers anymore.
Well, congratulations.
Need a double.
Yeah.
400.
Welcome back down to earth, dude.
No, I know. I'm going to have to stop playing. I lost like $100 the other night. I lost like 35 games in a row.
You were waiting for the.
Yeah.
When's this coming back?
Exactly. 'Cause
Never
I was
did.
putting up some good scores too. I was like, okay, I should win with that. Boom.
How do you know if you're playing against a real person, not a computer?
Well, they got it's got to be regulated, right? They got.
Yeah.
We just have to trust it from everything that we've heard.
Mm-hmm.
We should. That's like the sports book has to be regulated so much. Boom, boom.
Yeah, there's crazy regulations. Yeah, I know they can't mess with that.
Yeah, it's real. That's real shit, I guess.
That's what happened with the online gambling with all those, like,
Mm-hmm.
some professional poker players got in big trouble, didn't they? Because they could see what was coming or they knew things.
Well, I don't. Oh, that happened? I didn't know that. That happened?
Oh, yeah, back like with the whole
Poker Stars
online
and all
poker deal.
It's not a movie?
No, I didn't think that happened. I thought it was all tax stuff that happened with the Poker Stars and such. We had a friend.
Nice.
We got a friend that got caught up.
Oh, yeah.
We got a friend who was living a high life online poker.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if he could see the cards that were coming. Zito just dropped Ferguson's name in my ear. I guess maybe that happened with him. Our friend that was doing this professionally, he had a Lexus. He had a nice
He was
apartment.
making like $200,000 while we were in college.
Yes.
A year.
Living, by the way, out of nowhere.
He's playing online poker?
Happened out of nowhere, too. I remember like going back one weekend. No, he's not around. I go back the next weekend, like, hey, he's getting bottle service or whatever. It's like, you want to stop by? I'm like, absolutely. It's like, what the fuck happened? It's like, well, I play 20 hands at a time on like 6 TVs, basically. His fucking setup was this huge thing. And he would just fold unless he had like pocket aces, basically. And it was like, boom, boom, boom. I knew that was potentially happening. So once I stopped playing, whenever he told me, because I was playing a little bit online poker. Everybody was playing it at the time. Then I saw what he was doing, and I was like,
he was looking for fish.
I'm like, oh, I'm not. Why am I even in there anymore? So I stopped doing it. I didn't know people could see what cards were coming. I knew people were just playing the best hands all the time. And he logged hours on that thing, like 15, 20 hours.
Oh, yeah, he eventually dropped out of school because he couldn't go to class anymore.
And then it all got froze up. All of his, just like overnight, he was no longer buying bottle service.
Jesus.
It was all boom, 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 just
Nightmare.
gone overnight. It was
For Chris Ferguson, so he owned, I think, Poker Tilt back in the day, and he took everyone's money. Just shut the site down, apparently, and just took everyone's money, if I remember correctly.
So I don't think are you being serious when you said somebody knew what cards were coming?
I do remember that. Yeah, there was like either an algorithm or something that someone
Software.
created. Yeah, some sort of software where you would be able to see other people's hole cards face up. Yeah. Like while they're playing.
And that's always the biggest fear whenever you're playing online.
Yes, it is.
And in real life.
You have no chance of winning.
You have actually no chance.
Yeah.
Man, that's fucked up. I assume FanDuel doesn't have that going on.
No way.
I hope not.
No, not
No, that
FanDuel.
all got. That's why that's all out of here, right? That doesn't. Can you play anymore like that?
Well, and I would assume they learned from that, right? And then that's when regulations started popping in and it got more highly regulated. Because there's casinos online all over the place. Still, people do video shit more than like, I think the video slots make more money than anything else, right? Don't just
By far. So
Is that legal?
I'll send it in the group chat sometimes, and it's like, I may be off, but it's like literally 7x on penny slots over like blackjack or anything else.
Yeah, it's a retirement home. People just chill there. Like, all right, I'm
Wait, is this like on FanDuel or is this something else?
No,
just Vegas, I think.
Yeah, like what gaming
like in the
commissions
casino.
are reporting.
So it's legal though that they can go on their phone?
Yeah, people. Well, I think isn't that the similar software?
I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Anything that's video digitalized, I just assume is the same. Like
yeah.
the online stuff, I just assume is the same as the video poker stuff, which are the video like slots or any of the video stuff that you do. I don't know how people play it all the time because I just think of my friend Kyle Rowe sitting there fucking.
In Michigan,
rocking.
you can play casino games on your FanDuel app.
Yes, you can.
Blackjack and all that stuff, roulette, everything.
Well, I know Drake. I see Drake playing fucking roulette.
That's a dangerous game.
Hey, what is
He's winning,
Steve
though.
doing
Oh, I
playing?
know.
I see him gambling huge money on his computer.
I don't know. I think he's playing poker. I think he was playing poker that one day.
Poker, he's played roulette.
I've seen roulette on his.
Yep.
Zito just said blackjack as well. Hey, what a fucking. He's fun to watch, dude. I talked to him a couple years ago. I'm a big fan of what he has been able to do business wise, man. He could.
That whole crew.
Yes.
They had Caitlyn Jenner on their podcast. I actually listened to it.
Yeah, they've had everybody on there, right?
Yeah.
I think everybody's kind of going through there. Good for them, dude. Nelk Boys, and what is the podcast? Full Send.
Full Send.
Full Send podcast. And then they were the ones that went into the metaverse and said, "All right, we're going to be smarter and quicker than everybody else."
Yeah.
You can only buy these. This is the only way to get into our area of the metaverse that's coming. What a fucking genius move.
$23 million overnight.
So smart. Everybody else is going to try to do it, not be able to figure it out. He said, well, we had a podcast with Gary Vee, and then next day we said we got to fucking do it. That is awesome. Gary Vee hit me up the other day, AJ.
Nice. What's up? What's going on?
I don't know. I think he's getting some V gear. I think he's doing some V gear, something like that.
Yeah, the V Friend shoes.
The V. No, I don't think it's just shoes. I think it's a full.
Oh, it's a full clothing line.
Am I joining Team V, dude? Like, you know how the Jordan team has, you know how there's the Jordan team? Like, are we fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are we
Well, I don't know.
fucking holding it up, dude?
Those shoes were fucking sick. So
he's selling. He has a clothing brand.
I think so. Yeah.
it's like his doodles and stuff, right?
So Tom Brady just put his golf line out.
Hey, that looks good too. He's got good stuff. I wonder at what level of life you get to. You're like, I'm gonna do a brand, and we're gonna like really invest in it and make it very nice. Like, when did he have time to make the decision to do a full line of clothing? I'd assume it got pitched to him. Like, you know, Jordan has Jordan. We should definitely have Brady, right? This just seems like there is a natural happen. Was it his idea? Was it somebody else's idea? Because a lot of their shit's really nice. We've gotten a couple boxes. It's high quality stuff, AJ. Like super high quality, very, very nice
Like
stuff.
Steph, right? It's like how Steph has a golf line through Under Armour. Now Brady has his own golf line through Under Armour, right?
Is that what Brady is?
See, I think it's just him.
I don't think it's from Under Armour.
Is this separate?
This is the Brady brand.
I think it's its own thing. I don't know if it's an offset of Under Armour like Jordan is of Nike. So maybe it might be that of Under Armour, but I've treated it as it's its own damn brand completely.
Yeah, it's his own thing because I believe Steph's is through Under Armour because there's like 2 or 3 players, including Jordan, that have their own brands, but underneath the umbrella of Nike, Under Armour, and Brady's is just completely on his
Brady
own.
is just Brady.
Yeah.
Made in America too, I believe is what he said.
yeah.
Yep.
Made in America. We're showing this shit right here. All right.
Okay.
Is that Tom shirtless? He was shirtless the other day on a golf course. That is not him.
No.
These people are all very skinny. I would like to see what it looks like on somebody that's, you know, built like a goddamn barrel.
Yeah, it looks good though.
It does.
Yeah,
It looks super nice.
That's him up top.
Yeah, that's him golfing.
Hey, him and Aaron going to beat Josh and Pat, you think?
Man, how good are they? How good are Josh and Pat?
Well, I assume you know better than us, right? You see them
I
golf.
really don't.
Don't you see Patrick golf out there at the Super Celebrity Showdown thing?
Yeah, he's out there and he plays. He looks good. I mean, I don't know how good that is. I don't know if he's shooting 78 or 68. I have no idea.
Or 98 or 108. I'm a little worried about my golf game going into ACC. I'm going to golf a lot more, though. I got to golf a lot more going in there. Not even a fluff, huh?
Nothing. Can't touch it, man. You got to putt everything.
That's going to be a humbling experience.
Believe me, I scramble around that course. I am punching out of big, huge trees with pine straw on the ground about 19, 20 times a round, probably.
Oh, okay, good. Good.
You got like 10 weeks. You got at least.
We got a long time.
At least 5 more rounds.
That's a
before
full
then.
fight camp.
Exactly.
That's a full fight camp.
Like a full USFL season. You know?
Boom.
So much time.
There's going to be so much growth for the Maulers and for me.
Hell yeah.
And in the chicken salad department.
That's right.
All right. 10 weeks.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Come on.
I'm going to get good.
Need to get 6 rounds in, I think, is what we should shoot for.
I need to get pretty flexible, too, stat. I need to start moving a little bit more in the back.
It's supposed to be beautiful on Saturday. We should get back out there.
I heard 80-some degrees, actually.
28 degrees Celsius. my
28
friend.
degrees Celsius.
Absolutely balmy out
Yeah,
here.
absolutely. I'm starting to learn Celsius just strictly from Gumpy because he said it a couple times. I thought we're below freezing, but then it was like 70. Very nice. So I didn't. It's an interesting scale. Why did we change, you think?
You get into the 20s, you're in a good place, my friend.
What about the 30s? Just too much?
I like 30, but people think that might be a bit too hot.
What is that, 90?
95, 90 to 100.
Yeah, that's a little too hot.
That is too hot.
27, 28 is magnificent.
A Gump's kiss. A Gump's kiss. Magnifico.
Still got that back 9, you know?
Hey, we did get a rain check for the back 9. I don't know how anybody. That's another thing I've thought about with this fucking ACC thing. I have to sit through an entire 18 holes multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
You have to walk an entire 18 holes.
Multiple times, right?
You play 3 competitive rounds. A lot of times I'll go
3 fucking times.
Thursday's like a pro-am that you play in with a group, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday are your competitive rounds.
You remember how much golf you played in the Bahamas, though? Like, you weren't expecting that, and you played like
When it
6
matters,
rounds
it's
in like 54 hours.
You're right. When there's nothing else to do, I guess.
Yeah.
I
And also, though, like I wouldn't walk around. I mean, I don't play golf really ever anyway, but I wouldn't want to walk around here. That'd be boring. But out there, when every shot matters, when there's people there, when it's a tournament, it's a lot different.
Hey, I'm gonna have to play with somebody. Who am I playing with? Probably.
I hope Friday. I'm hoping we go me, you, and A-Rod. That's I'm pushing him to put that together.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
AJ's going to slow you guys down big time.
AJ, I'm worried about it.
Slow me down. What are you talking about? I can shoot 105 in 2 hours.
Hey, me too, by the way. Me too.
Trust me, I don't have no practice swings. I'm not doing that.
Hey, there's going to be a couple. Is that a way to just get kind of quit on a hole? I can just drop one, take a stroke, and then I'm already at. How's the scoring?
Stableford. So just you got to avoid double bogeys. It's all double. Whenever you're at a double bogey, you could pick up. Which last year I think I talked to my brother a few times when we were walking down the fairway. I was like, I definitely set the record on picking the ball up 450 yards away from the hole. Because you drive first one, drive it out of bounds, get a lateral, try to smoke one, drive that sucker out of bounds, then try to punch one out, hits the tree, and hits you back in the neck. And you're like, all right, we're done here. That happened multiple times last year. It's cool though. Then it's like, hey, on to the next. I got -2. Let's try to stop this train right now and not do it again. And then usually the next 3 or 4 holes are double bogeys for me. And then I'm at -10, and you're like, oh, okay, cool. This is a hole I can't climb out of. But you know what? I'm always grinding. And there's always hope. Even if I'm at -10, I feel like I can still rally and win the tournament. For real.
So par is 0 or worth 1?
1 point for a par.
Bogey 0.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's why those like bogey putts that are like 4 feet, those are the biggest putts of your life. That's all, if I make those, that's when you'll see me fist pumping a bogey because you're like, yes, no blood, no -2.
And what does a winner normally have at the end of 3 rounds?
Low 70s.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
That's
3.
cumulative? Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah, but you didn't
Pretty
have
good
many
days.
bogey putts on Saturday.
I had a lot of par putts.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot different when it all really matters.
Yeah, I think it'll be good.
It does. It motivates. It makes me not play golf any other time because I'm like, golf is boring when every shot doesn't matter.
I got to get more flexible in the back. My back hurt for 3 days. Ty blew out his shoulder.
Yeah, still hurts.
I hurt my back. I mean, golf is not as friendly to the body as everybody talks about.
Last year, Vinny Del Negro obviously finished in first. I think overall, round 1 he had 23, round 2 he had 26, round 3 he had 20.
Well, excuse me. So how do we get points here? Birdie is 2.
Yeah, gotta be.
Birdie is 2 points, I believe. Yeah.
26.
How many eagles did he have?
Is it birdie 2 or is it 3?
I don't. You tell me, dude. I've never
Thought it was 3, but maybe it is 2.
It might be 3.
26 points in 1 round.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
These are just par and everything. Never doubles for them. They never 3-putt. I 3-putt all day.
Looks like par's 2. No.
Par's 1. I know that.
Atta baby, AJ. AJ.
Yeah. Because believe me, when you all of a sudden you look up and through the first 4 holes you're -8, like, okay, I've played as bad as you can. Let's just climb out of this hole. Let's put a par together. You get a par and you're like, bam, oh man, what a hole. I put everything together. -7. Okay, cool. This doesn't feel like it's, this doesn't feel impossible, right?
When do you get out of negatives normally? Or do you end negative?
I don't. I end negative usually. Always. I usually have at least one day where everything completely falls apart and it's just hanging on for dear life.
Oh, so you keep the score all the way through?
Yeah, what do you mean? Like after day 1, you'd be like after day 1, okay, I'm -4 today. Okay, let's go have a good day tomorrow. Oh, dang, I threw a -10 up there. Let's have a good day on Sunday. Oh, -20. Cool.
Don't you guys try to get me boozed up, okay?
I won't peer pressure anybody. I know you are stone sober. You're a teetotaler, as they say.
That's right, especially when I'm golfing. I need nothing. I'm gonna have to keep some hydration methods around.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to wear that patch. Sam.
Oh yeah,
smart.
I'm gonna have to wear that because I'm liable to go out there one day.
You get hammered too in that altitude. You get drunker faster.
I'm not drinking anything out there. I'm having no fun. I'm going to bed. I'm golfing, going to bed. Me and Tony Remo are going to be on that driving range.
Don't be making
Well, he'll
those
be having
big
fun, of
Cheesecake
course.
Factory orders either, AJ.
Yeah, AJ, don't be trying to get me all, my stomach all greased up with that terrible food while you order just a bland-ass chicken.
I'll get you corn dogs for you.
Thank you, sir.
I did love that, AJ.
That was very nice
Yeah,
of you.
Such a
the
good
sliders too. It feels like only after the first day. Like if you're in the hunt after the first day, then I think that's just a win for the entire
Romo's
weekend.
got straight 20s across the board. That's even more impressive when you consider.
You'll
he's
definitely
down in
put up 20
years,
plus
too.
on day 1.
AJ, I'm not even close to that right now, okay? I got 31 years to get your 20 million, pal, and put up a 20 on a day
Oh,
one.
I'm not worried about that. No, that's not a thing. I'm just I think believe me, it's going to be awesome. I really hope we get to play together. It'll be fun.
So Thursday you're with some random group?
It's like the Pro-Am scramble thing. Yeah, it's actually it's
You
actually
love
fun. You get a
those,
chance
so-
to play the course.
You and Phil.
Huh?
Mickelson?
No. He's playing with some slappy who's a sponsor.
Yeah, I'm playing with a business person.
Oh, I thought you were playing with a pro.
Hold on,
They're all
lefty's
fun,
going.
though.
How much is the sponsorship? Can I sponsor something so that I can just play golf with my group?
I don't know. Maybe you can reach out and try. I've been lucky. I play with the Corbell Brown Foreman people every year, pretty much.
Oh, so this is a big networking gathering thing. I should probably
They're all
do.
fun though. Believe me, they're out there to have fun. Like it's not like the normal stuffy corporate thing.
Am I all alone? Are you all alone with that group?
I mean, you and your caddy and that group, yeah.
I thought you said you weren't getting until Thursday night, though.
Oh yeah, no, I think I'm gonna have to be there.
If you don't, believe me, you could tell them you don't want to play in that, and I'm sure you don't have to.
No, I'd like to be nice to the people for extending the invitation. I know a lot of people would like to play in this that don't get invited, so I would do it all. But I will tell you, that's one of the biggest fears of my life. That what's happening on Thursday, right there, being trapped with people I don't know for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Who's gonna caddy for you?
I don't know how that's gonna work out either. It's an interesting thing. I thought the other day that it has to be Connor while he was golfing. You know, just because the energy that he will bring, no matter how bad I shoot, he always feels as if the next shot is going in the hole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Connor's energy on that course on Saturday, I was like, gotta have Connor on there. Then I was thinking to myself, would be hysterical for a drunk ass Ty to be fucking out here caddying. I mean, there is just so many different angles to go. You know what I mean? There's so many.
You could rotate. There's 3 rounds too. You can change it up.
Is that real? Is that something you can do?
Yeah, I know caddies that have passed out mid-round and had to tag somebody in because they were too hungover.
So we might have a starter, bullpen. And we might go into the bullpen depending upon what happens. Yeah, that's what we'll do. And we can record this all, I assume, right? Are we allowed to, or no? We have to deal with that with them?
Yeah. I play with guys that have had people there recording the whole round.
Oh, we can make
Here
a
we
full
go.
thing out of
Okay.
this.
Here we go.
Okay. All right. This has gone awesome.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Look at us.
Starting in blender.
All right, so we got to figure out who the aces are, who's starting this whole thing off,
Yep.
who's going to come in relief, who's going to close this thing out, and then we got to make sure who's going to be available day 2 after night 1. Obviously, gets a hold of some people, I'd assume.
Yeah. Early tee times.
Excuse me.
Depending on how you play, you could have some early tee times.
The worse, the earlier, right?
Yeah.
It's probably later on.
What's
California though? You're gonna be on Eastern time still.
Yeah, I won't even be able to get dressed to that. Actually, I think it's right after Money in the Bank.
So you'll be on that time.
Money in the Bank is in
the 3rd.
Vegas.
I believe in Vegas.
You're good.
So it's like right
Already out there.
in that area.
Yeah.
No, the early tea time will mean something then at that point. How early is the earliest tea time? 6 a.m., 7 a.m.?
Nah, maybe 7:30. It's not crazy.
Oh, fuck, we can do that. It's
Handle that. Are you kidding me? What do you mean?
No big deal at all.
Go to bed by 3:30. It'll be good.
All right, we're getting out of here. 3:30 will be the time the start of Hammered Down. I can't wait for tomorrow night. That's Hockey Talk.
Hell yeah.
I got accosted on the internet by a Hockey Talk fan saying I don't talk enough about Hockey Talk. I'd like to let everybody know that's on me. With that being said, I also thought it was on tonight. So I need to pay attention more to things.
Yeah, I didn't think that was the case. I told the guys, Pat talks about it a lot.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you saying that. But I did appreciate that person going to bat for That's Hockey Talk, too, because as a avid watcher of That's Hockey Talk and a comment section user, I do like the thought of that show growing. The bad thing about it is hockey's over.
Yeah,
So,
unfortunately.
that's kind of the problem. Hockey's completely over.
Feels very much alive right now.
Nope, no, it's pretty dead. Pretty dead.
You're starting goalie,
Breaks his fucking foot. What happened to his foot?
Dropped a cinder block on it.
Was he working? Yeah, was he paving a road? Was he building a house?
That'd make sense.
How'd he break his foot?
I think it was one of those scumbag Islanders crashing the crease.
These sons of
Islanders.
I mean, we've been saying it all year. They need to get a backup who's a veteran ready to go, and they didn't listen.
Well, thanks. Their goalie now stinks. This guy.
Yeah, well,
this guy is so bad.
Yeah, our guy stunk all season, so I know how you feel.
Well, listen, that's not a slight on them as humans.
No.
Sure, this guy's a good guy, but fucking guy doesn't know how to play goalie in the sport of hockey.
Yeah.
What the purpose, the goal is, the points are, how it works. It just feels like he forgets that when he's doing his job.
Did he give up 11 goals before?
No, still hasn't done that.
No, but
How
he'll
about
get
10 goals?
No.
How about 9 goals?
No, it's the Penguins,
All right.
not the Red Wings. But follow up, he has given up some goals that you would think this guy has had to have given up 20, 30 goals in a game.
Put his backup in there.
You know what I mean? We need a Zamboni driver from Canada.
Oh, yeah.
What's that guy's name? Matt something.
Matt
Crawford.
Who is
Price.
Penguins' backup? He's pretty good. isn't he?
Johnson.
Louis Domingue.
Yeah, Domingue.
Oh, Louis?
Big Dick
Put in
Domingue.
Louis.
I mean,
Louis Domingue?
It doesn't sound like.
Nah, Latin American.
Yeah.
Louis Domingue. Happy about Louis,
Louis
Domingue.
Domingue.
Let's get Louis Domingue in the goddamn pipe.
Put Louis in.
Seeing some ice soon.
Huh?
He's probably going to see some ice time soon.
Let's see if this guy's got it or not.
Sounds like he's got it.
Louis Domingue, if I know Louis, where's he from? Is he from the Baby Pens? How do we sign him?
He was signed as a free agent in the offseason. I'm pretty sure he's been in the league. He's 30 years old. He's been in the league for a while.
Oh, this guy's a vet. He's a proven vet. You don't know your fucking ass from a hole in the ground, Gump. We got a proven vet, Louis Domingue. We just haven't known because now is Louis Domingue time. That's great news. Hockey Talk's all the way back. It's tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, youtube.com/That's Hockey Talk. Hammer Down will be in 15-20 minutes at youtube.com/Hammer Down. Giving out winners tonight?
Absolutely.
In what, NBA, NHL?
NBA, NHL, MLB. Gumpy was undefeated MLB last night.
Hey, let's go. Magnifico. What is it, first five still?
Oh, yeah. Heard first bucket last night, too. Plus 850, Freddie Van Fleet.
Okay.
Drained a 3 right away, didn't he?
Yeah, it was sick.
Dude, they have first
Method.
first method with each player. So, like, if you think Kevin Durant's going to score the first points, you can bet all the different ways that he would score because they have Kevin Durant layup first points of the game method, Kevin Durant 3-point, Kevin Durant other, Kevin Durant layup, that whole thing. You can put 100 on that if you think he's going to score, or 25 on that, or whatever. And with how big the odds are on the other side of it, you can win. Now, granted, if he's not the first person to score, it's kind of fucks because it's very low odds because there's a lot of other people in the fucking court. Especially whenever, there's a lot of things going on with the point guard and the crowd and everything like that. It can be a raucous atmosphere. But they have so many bets on there at this point.
Unbelievable.
I don't know how they are able to odds it all.
Especially because you can parlay that shit. It's like I saw Foxy do one. It was like $1 to win 50 grand.
Have to.
5 to win $250,000.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where's the lobbyists? I need to get some lobbyists so this can come to Ohio.
Well, you guys already did, right? At one point, didn't Ohio?
I believe
I
so.
think that's why it's taking a little longer because the last guy to lobby for it got ran out of town.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Shit.
Tony Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Love you,
Good luck, Gonzo.
Good luck, Gonzo.
Hey, Gonzo. We don't know what you did, but somehow you turned everybody against you. Politics stuff.
Yeah. Dangerous game.
They yell at each other this way, but they will turn their heads at some points and yell.
Yeah.
And then they'll come back to each other.
Worth it, though.
Gonzo's going to be a billionaire sometime.
Smoked that double in the congressional game.
Yeah. Fucking last week in office.
Yeah.
Slaughtered.
I think he even had a bat twirl at one point. Fucking
He's a freak athlete.
great
I
athlete.
think they reconsidered bringing him back after that game, too.
We need you to run again, all right?
Shit.
See fucking Gonzo's power to the gaps?
Might need him
So do they
next
just
year.
get along? Like in the dugout there? At that point, he was getting crucified by everybody in that dugout, I think, right?
Yeah, I'd imagine so. I'd have to see the lineup card, too. He probably should have been batting leadoff or something. They probably had him in the 9-hole.
Yeah, they definitely did. He was kind of an afterthought in that whole thing. And if you heard the way he was announced, it was a lot less, energy than everybody else. And the thing about it was both fans booed.
Yeah.
So that was the thing. But like in the dugout, is he getting along with all those people? Like, are they, when they come off air, are the politicians getting along or not, do you think?
I bet they are. I bet they're very cordial, like behind the scenes. No question. They have to be.
You said some terrible things about me. Oh, that's all right. Good double.
I assume they treat him like a starting pitcher. Like they're just not even talking to him. Gonzo's in his own world over
Did
there.
AOC? I heard AOC hit a grand slam.
Really?
She is a Grand Slam
Lefty.
champion?
At Nationals Park?
Wherever that game was that Gonzo was in.
Wow, I didn't hear that. Because the only thing I saw was Gonzo with the inside the park thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know the Grand Slams were happening because it appeared as if the average age of that was, I don't know, 75. Yeah. They were fucking getting after it. There was a couple people smoking from first base to second base.
Yeah.
And then that ball, it was like the floater from Rookie of the Year. I mean, it was a good time. There's some good level skill out there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
People play adult sports like that still, right? Around places. I see videos on Instagram of people playing like adult soccer leagues. Like pickup.
Oh, yeah. I see that at this indoor facility where my kids have different practices. Like 8 o'clock at night, I see a bunch of adults playing. Some of them play pickup lacrosse leagues and soccer, like full competitive soccer leagues.
No, they have like teams and shit. Like that seems awesome. I'm like, how
Jerseys
do I,
and a lot of them wear jerseys and jeans.
maybe that's what I get in shape for. Some adult soccer league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just join one of the leagues at the is the Incrediplex still?
Let's go to the rec center.
Oh, it's a lumber yard now.
Yeah.
Is it really? They've turned that into a lumber yard?
Yeah, the parking lot just has wood just stacked up in it.
Oh, man. The Incrediplex was a beautiful place.
Yeah.
It was.
There's got to be a league somewhere. I'd love to strap them on for a match.
Me and Gump, dude.
Yeah.
Is Goop you play goalie?
You shitting me, dude? Middle of the park, running like a goddamn stallion.
I believe it.
That'd be great. I think there's like a neighborhood soccer team league here in Indiana.
That'd be sweet.
I've been asked to support a couple of the different teams, and I tried to look into the league, and I think they have I don't know, what are they running? Are people running fucking 11 on 11? No way.
No way.
What are people running?
Let me know. I'd like to play if you get in a league. I'd like to come join every once in a while.
Would you really?
Yeah, it's very painful. But like when I played that fathers versus daughters game a couple years ago, it got me back into it, made me want to play.
Okay. So look, we got AJ roaming the field. I'll play a little bit. This is gonna have to be a bit. Get our cardio up to where yours is. I think.
I'm playing both. Like I don't know the positions, but I'm scoring goals and I'm playing defense.
Oh, the midfielder, this guy.
Wow.
Okay.
CDM.
Way to go, dude.
Maybe we set up like a little 5-on-5 turf field at the Thunderdome.
The Thunderdome does not have a single piece of flat land, so we would have to get that thing. We'd have to get that thing rolled pretty good if we want to have any level of skill on the pitch there. But we should try to find those. It looks like so much fun. I see Darius Butler running full 5-on-5, like highly competitive. I'm like, where the fuck are those games at? Because I go here and it's like, there's like pickup road. It feels like there's teams and the whole. Looks awesome.
Uniforms.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
We just got to put a team together and show up and say we got next.
Yeah, but then that's the thing. There's no way we'll show up every week.
No.
There's no chance of us showing. Zero fucking chance of us showing up. What's that? 3 weeks in, we're probably all done.
Maybe just say once a month. Once a month we could commit to.
This is like USFL viewers.
Even then, though.
Yep.
First half of that first game, we're going to be pumped about it. It's exciting. Second half going to get a little bit long. Probably going to be struggling off the field. Next week, some people are going to miss just because certain things are going to magically pop up. Yeah. And then by week 3, we're going to be regretting our decision. All right.
Maybe next year.
Maybe we try something next year.
All right.
We'll focus on golf right now. Focus on golf.
After the World Cup.
Focusing on Tahoe.
Yeah.
Focusing on Tahoe.
It's golf season.
We don't have time to get into golf.
No.
Or into soccer.
No.
I don't have time. Jeez Louise. All right. That was a sign.
Yep. Golf season.
Golf season.
Grab the club.
Coming for it.
Yeah, dude. All right, we're out of here. Hammered down in about 15 minutes. You're the best. Have an incredible day. Thank you to all the callers. Thank you very much to Tyson Fury for stopping by.
Yeah.
And Channing Crowder. He was awesome.
Incredible. So good.
As was Tyson. I guess Tyson enjoyed his time, allegedly what his people said to us afterwards, which is good.
I mean, he sure seemed like he did.
Yeah. He wants to beat your ass, but that Canelo question was.
Yeah, no, never.
Canelo's a stud golfer.
He just picked it up, right? Like 3 years ago or something?
I think he plays at Tahoe, doesn't he?
Did you see, Ty? Sorry, I know you were talking. For some reason, it's being more. It's like stepping on everyone else more lately. It has.
No, I just said he plays at Tahoe, doesn't he?
Yeah, he didn't last year because something with a fight, I think. But he's been there a couple years, and then the first year he was there, he played pretty well. He's like, I just started like 6 months ago, and he has a coach. And I saw a behind the scenes thing that he did where during his training camps he plays every single day.
Oh, see, that's what I got to do. Like we got to sneak in and get one before the show. Almost. Yeah. We got to start doing pre-show meetings on the course.
Yep.
Yeah. There you go.
9 a.m. tee time.
Yeah.
Be in here before 11.
Yeah, because we'll just run through 9 holes real quick.
Yeah, do a quick 9.
Get some good green time.
Mm-hmm.
Put out some putts.
Yeah, just get swings in.
Just getting hacks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just visualizing the shot like Scratch Golf Tips told me on Instagram. Yeah. Visualize every single shot beforehand, then get down in there and just make it happen.
Yeah.
That's
right.
Scratch Golf Tips, dude. It's the new golf fix. You ain't fucking know that shit, AJ.
You know, on hole 6, if hole 6 is a really good hole, fuck 7, 8, 9. We'll just get out of there then, end it on a high note.
Bingo.
Keep the energy and mojo high.
Smart.
I never understood how other kickers or punters could end a workout on a bad ball.
Exactly.
And they're like, well, it teaches you mental toughness. It's like, well, I'm going to go to bed happy tonight. I'm going to hit a bomb. All right?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to walk off on that one. This is the last one, no matter what, some people say. I'm like, well, there's a little bit of a matter what.
Always leave on a make.
Yeah, always.
Mm-hmm. Always.
Yeah, it keeps you coming back. But there's some people that like that toughness,
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they just can't make good balls.
True.
Oh, too.
Golf. There was a couple good shots that kept us around. Ty almost holed out from 140 or something.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Good
nice.
shot,
Pretty
yeah.
nice ball.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't even see it, by the way. Ty couldn't even see it. Is there a ball up there? You're fucking 2 feet. Oh,
Yeah.
That's me. Jesus.
How about Bruce? Has Bruce gotten better?
Shot 61 9 holes. Not bad.
Okay.
All right, we're out of here. Hammer Dahn is in 15 minutes.
Not bad.
You all are the best humans on earth. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're back tomorrow. Big guest tomorrow.
Huge.
Hey, legit.
Oh, yeah. Big Wednesday.
Yeah.
We have somebody booked tomorrow? Yes.
Dude, perfect?
Yeah.
No, not Dude Perfect yet. And by the way, you showed up in my Instagram stories when I did a question thing and said that me and Dude Perfect should collab totally. We already did.
Already did.
Fool.
I meant more.
Well, you didn't say that in the thing.
Next one.
All right, I'll do it today. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. 21 hours. Bye.